Chapter 1147. Somewhere outside the base of Verdant Sect, a group of bald Shaolin disciples in gray robes gathered outside the gate. In front of them stood sect leader Yuanji, who was clad in a golden robe and holding a monk's staff that was taller than a man. He stood in front of the gate like a resting mountain. The sky gradually darkened, and dark clouds covered the sky. It was as if the heavens knew that there would be a great battle tonight, and that there would be a violent storm. Disciples of Shaolin Temple, listen up. Buddha is merciful, and we will kill the evil. 18 bronze men of Shaolin set up the formation. Another base. The sect leader of the Wudong sect, Zhang Senyan, stood on the top of the mountain with an air of immortality and crane bones. There was a city in the valley at the foot of the mountain, which was the base of the Verdant sect that the Wudong sect wanted to attack. More than 30 elite disciples of Wudong sect stood behind Zhang Senyan. Each of them had a long sword in their hands, ready to attack at any moment. Disciples of Wudong, listen up. 13 swords formation. Under the command, the sound reverberated throughout the valley. More than 30 disciples immediately turned into black shadows and rushed down the valley with their swords in hand. Amei sect leader Miju led his men to attack. Huashan sects Yun Zong and Kunlun sects Zhu Bin had already launched their attacks. Divine Dragon sect, Quick Blade sect, Flying Dagger Society, Flame sect, Carefree sect, Tianshan sect, Myriad Mountains Poison sect, Blue Moon Temple. There were many forces in the outer martial arts world, and all of them were caught in a fierce battle. These sects originally had conflicts with Qin Feng, and they also had disputes with each other, but tonight, they were all part of the outer martial world, and they were all part of the plan to destroy the Verdant sect. Therefore, they had to work together as one. Tonight, everyone is a family. At the same time, Qin Feng, Qiao Shishir, and the others had arrived at the 7-star mountain base in the middle of Sichuan province. Sichuan province was located in the hinterland of Huaxia, and it was located at the junction of many provinces and cities. It was surrounded by rolling mountains, and it was relatively isolated and backward. As soon as they arrived at the Chuan central base, Qin Feng and the others could feel the dense evil aura around them. The sky was always overcast. It wasn't because the night had fallen, but because the evil aura was released by the Verdant sect's heretic cultivators who had been cultivating here all year round. Qin Feng, you're finally here. A cold voice rang out. The girls were so scared that they immediately became vigilant. However, after looking around, they did not find the person who spoke. A white blur flashed and instantly landed in front of Qin Feng. The white-haired devil ape acted as if it was facing a great enemy and suddenly roared at the sky. Don't be afraid, everyone. It's Senior Dragon God. Qin Feng waved his hand at the women behind him. The women who were about to attack stopped abruptly. Everyone turned to look at the stern man standing in the wind. So this was the number 1 person in the secular world, Senior Dragon God. Senior Divine Dragon, why are you here? Qin Feng was pleasantly surprised to see the Divine Dragon. Since the 7-star mountain base in the middle of Sichuan was the Verdant sect's main base, Qin Feng didn't send more people to attack it. He was mainly afraid that everyone would suffer heavy casualties. Qin Feng brought the white-haired devil ape and prepared to release the golden fur lion king to deal with the ghastly face evil sovereign. If he really could not win, Qin Feng would take out the fire cloud cannon and blast it. He did not believe that he could not kill these evil cultivators. Now that the dragon god had come uninvited, Qin Feng's battle team strength would increase tremendously. Why do you think I'm here? I'm the pinnacle of martial arts in China's secular world. Even the big families have come. If I sit back and do nothing, won't I be cursed to death by everyone? The dragon god said half-jokingly. Qin Feng knew that the dragon god did not care about what the outsiders said about him. He had the hot-blooded heart of a Chinese, so he volunteered to help. Senior dragon god, we used to fight against each other. Today we can fight side by side. Just thinking about it makes me excited. The dragon god sized up Qin Feng. His eyes shone brightly. Good lad, I haven't seen you for a long time, and you've broken through again. Don't drag me down tonight. I don't have time to save you. Senior Dragon God, I'm not bragging, but I'm the one who will save you tonight. Ha! Qin Fun and the divine dragon's laughter resounded in the valley. Both of them moved at the same time. A white light and a pink light flickered and disappeared. However, in the next second, the big iron gate of the 7-star mountain base in the middle of the Sichuan River was blasted open, and shattered pieces flew everywhere in the sky. Sisters of the Serenity, there's no need to hold back tonight. Let's kill all those verdant sect bastards. Hua Xianyu finally regained her composure. She shouted and took the lead to draw the flexible sword from her waist. Yan Wushuang had broken through to the early stage of Stage 9 inner chi. She leaped into the verdant sect's base like a nimble swallow. The battle had begun. The members of the verdant sect were still in a daze. The sky was completely dark. The members of the verdant sect had finished their meals and were about to go to bed. The sudden explosion and ferocious attack left them at a loss. Damn it! Who dares to break into the verdant sect's main base at night? I think you're still alive. The dozen or so verdant sect members who were guarding the gate regained their composure. Some of them cursed at Qin Feng. But before they could finish their words, a pink light flashed, and the row of heretic cultivators collapsed to the ground. Boom! Every time Qin Feng killed a row of heretic cultivators, he would summon a ball of destructive fire and burn them to ashes. He knew that the internal structure of the verdant sect was very clear. There was a special elder who could resurrect these heretic cultivators. Qin Feng had completely cut off their escape route. Swoosh! The pink light flickered incessantly. Wherever it went, blood would soar into the sky. The divine dragon was stunned by the power of the cosmic flying sword. He attacked ferociously with a dagger in his hand, but his speed of killing was no match for Qin Feng's flying sword. Rumble! Rumble! Loud noises came from Qin Feng's body. It was the sign of the Killer Book's continuous upgrade. Qin Feng had activated the Killer Book as soon as he entered the verdant sect. In less than 5 minutes, he had killed more than 100 heretic cultivators and upgraded the Killer Book to level 4 in an instant. Bang bang bang. Qin Feng's eyes were spewing flames, and the cosmic flying sword was also emitting sparks. As a Stage 1 True Chi expert, Qin Feng could already defeat a Stage 2 True Chi expert. Now that his strength had increased by 3 times, his strength had exceeded everyone's expectations. The divine dragon, who was fighting alongside him, was scared to death. What realm are you in, kid? Did you break through to Stage 4 True Chi? The divine dragon momentarily forgot to kill and stared at Qin Feng with his mouth agape. What Stage 4 True Chi? I used the Killer Book as a reward from the system to temporarily increase my strength. Say, it's been a while since you obtained the Sovereign Peace System. Did you do any missions to obtain any treasures? Qin Feng had previously given the Sovereign Peace System to the Divine Dragon and was communicating with him telepathically. The Divine Dragon revealed a smug smile. With a wave of his hand, the long sword in his hand disappeared. He leaped onto a roof and said telepathically, "Of course there are treasures as a reward. I recently obtained an Earth-level technique, 6-pulse godly sword. I haven't had the time to use it. Today, I'll show you." The divine dragon actually obtained the ultimate technique of the Duan family of the demigods and semidevils. Qin Feng looked into the sky. The dark sky that was shrouded in evil suddenly flashed with white light. Rays of sword chi shot out from the divine dragon's fingers, as if it was raining sword chi. Puff, 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 puff. The sound of skin being cut rose and fell. The 6-pulse godly sword was indeed powerful. In an instant, dozens of evil cultivators were knocked down to the ground. Qin Feng hastily clapped his hands, and several balls of destructive fire shot out. Dozens of evil cultivators were burned to ashes. Qin Feng and the divine dragon fought side by side. They were unstoppable. When Hua Xianyu and Yan Wushuang arrived, they found the ground was littered with corpses. The white-haired demonic ape also rushed into the city. As if it had gone mad, it swung its arms and smashed rows of buildings. The verdant sect evil cultivators finally realized that their base was in great danger. Many of their disciples fled for their lives. Some of them even alerted the higher-ups of their sect. Rumble! Suddenly, there was a loud noise in the void, and a black shadow flew down from the sky as if it was a thunder. Before the shadow arrived, a chilly wind blew. The evil energy was so strong that it suffocated Xiao Shishir and the other women. Who dares to behave atrociously in the verdant sect's main base? I'll make you die a horrible death. Thunder rumbled in the sky. It was the voice of the newcomer. Every sound was extremely penetrating, and when it landed in everyone's ears, they felt like their eardrums would burst. Xiao Shishir and the female disciples of the Serenity were weak. They sat on the ground and couldn't get up. Hua Xianyu and Yen Wushuang, who were at the early stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi, struggled to stand with a pained expression. Gather together and grab these two swords. Qin Feng didn't have time to think. He waved his hand and threw the Sword of Angel and the Sword of Broken Soul. Yen Wushuang leaped up and caught the Sword of Broken Soul. Then, she retreated to Xiao Shishir's side. Hua Xianyu grabbed the Sword of Angel and brought the disciples of the Serenity to Xiao Shishir's side. Let me see. Isn't that Qin Feng? There's a path to heaven, but you chose to barge into hell. Today will be the day you die. A burst of strange laughter resounded in the surroundings. The voice was sharp and thin, and it sent goosebumps all over the women's bodies. Halfway through the laughter, the voice sounded surprised again. Even the divine dragon of China is here? Do you want to fight to the death with the verdant sect? The voice entered everyone's ears, but they couldn't see the person who spoke. The entire verdant sect's base was shrouded in billowing black fog. This black fog was filled with evil energy and corpse energy. Ordinary people would be poisoned to death if they stood in the black fog. Even Hua Xianyu and the others were afraid of the black fog. Fortunately, the Sword of Angel and the Sword of Broken Soul helped them dispel the corpse energy. Swoosh! With a flash of pink light, Qin Feng disappeared from the spot. In the blink of an eye, he was already at the top of the tallest building. A purple heavenly eagle bough appeared in his hand. Screech! The wrath of the heavenly eagle reverberated in the sky. Dozens of purple heavenly eagles swooped down like cannonballs. The buildings on the ground were instantly destroyed, and dozens of verdant sect disciples were blasted into pieces. Ayah! Chapter 1148. Qin Feng, I am one of the 5 kings of the verdant sect, Ghost-Faced Demon King. Today I will fight you. On the opposite building, a middle-aged man in a black robe appeared out of thin air. Ghost-Faced Demon King's hair was flat in the middle and protruded on both sides, as if he had grown a pair of bull horns on his head. His eyebrows were thick and straight to the top of his head. His lips were purple and his eyes were bloodshot. He looked like a demonic beast that had turned into a demon. You heartless monsters dare to proclaim yourselves kings? Watch my sword. As soon as Ghost-Faced Demon King appeared, Shenlong's Jin Qi burst out. He struck with both hands, and countless sword qi shot out from his fingers. The white light shone brightly, lighting up half the sky. Ghost-Faced Demon King's expression did not change. He grabbed his cloak and waved it lightly. A cloud of black mist shot out and blocked the 6-pulse divine sword in midair. Trash like you dares to call yourself the #1 martial artist in the secular world? Have all the orthodox martial artists in China fallen to such a state? Ghost-Faced Demon King did not put Shenlong in his eyes at all. The strength he displayed was indeed powerful. He stopped Shenlong, who was only at stage 1 Jin Qi, with a casual palm strike. Swoosh! A pink light flashed. Qin Feng stood with his hands behind his back. He controlled the flying sword with his mind and shot it at Ghost-Faced Demon King. The sword light was fast, but it suddenly stopped in front of Ghost-Faced Demon King. Another cloud of black mist floated in midair. Even the flying sword could not pierce through it. Something's wrong. This Ghost-Faced Demon King is much stronger than I thought. Both of them retreated to the side after missing their attack. Shenlong was shocked by Ghost-Faced Demon King's strength, and Qin Feng was also thinking about something. Qin Feng, do you really think we, the verdant sect, are useless? Ghost-Faced Demon King sneered at Qin Feng and Shenlong's change of expression. Do you think it's that easy to find the 36 bases of the verdant sect? Qin Yi has only joined the Verdant sect for half a year. How could they let him know the locations of these bases? The Verdant sect purposely leaked the news to Qin Yi, purposely letting him know about the Verdant sect's stronghold. Our Lord Ghost-Face Evil Reverend had already prepared for this. Even if Qin Yi betrayed us in the end, he would still bring you all here to die in vain. That's because every Verdant sect's stronghold is covered with an evil great formation. Within the formation, the strength of the disciples of the evil sect will increase exponentially, and you orthodox martial cultivators will be suppressed instead. The ghost-faced Demon King was still laughing hysterically, but Qin Feng and Divine Dragon's expressions were tense. The Verdant sect's evil lord was indeed powerful. His trick was very insidious. Qin Feng was in a hurry to destroy the Verdant sect, so he didn't think about this matter carefully. At this moment, Qin Feng was not worried about himself. Even if he and the Divine Dragon couldn't destroy the Verdant sect's headquarters, they could still escape with the girls. However, the outer martial arts world, the Dragon sect, and the big and small clans had already set off. Qin Feng was worried that they would be in danger. Qin Feng, take the girls and leave. I'll hold the fort here. Hurry up and inform the others to retreat. The sudden news caught Qin Feng and the Divine Dragon off guard. However, the Divine Dragon quickly regained his composure and pushed Qin Feng away. The plan to attack the Verdant sect was a trap, and he had to inform everyone to retreat as soon as possible. Qin Feng was stunned on the spot. He didn't know whether he should leave or stay. After Qiao Shishir and the girls learned the truth, they were so anxious that they stomped their feet. The Verdant sect's evil reverend was too insidious. They didn't need to take the initiative to attack, they just needed to trick everyone into falling into the wolf's den. Rumble! A loud explosion occurred under Qin Feng and the Divine Dragon's feet, and a huge pit was blasted open. The ghost-faced Demon King's eerie laughter echoed throughout the valley. He flew toward the two of them and said, "GGG. Since you're already here, where do you think you're going? Today is the doomsday of the orthodox martial cultivators of China." The Verdant sect had played a big trick. Qin Feng and the Divine Dragon were forced to retreat. They were still in a daze and forgot to counterattack the ghost-faced Demon King. The roar of a wild beast penetrated the valley. The white-furred demonic ape pounded its chest and dashed toward the ghost-faced Demon King. It's a stage 1 demonic beast. I'm going to kill this little bastard. I'll inject corpse chi and blood into its body and turn it into the puppet of the Verdant sect. Rumble! The ghost-faced Demon King's casual palm strike was like a muffled thunder from the sky. The thick-skinned white-furred demonic ape staggered a few steps back and roared in pain. The 5 kings of the Verdant sect had similar strength. The ghost-faced Demon King was a stage 2 perfect stage evil reverend, which was equivalent to a stage 3 true chi orthodox martial cultivator. However, his strength was significantly boosted inside the evil formation, and he was now comparable to a stage 4 true chi expert. As soon as the white-furred demonic ape regained its balance, it rushed toward the ghost-faced Demon King with its giant fists. Unfortunately, it couldn't get close to the ghost-faced Demon King and was sent flying by a cloud of black mist. Rumble! The impact created a huge pit on the ground, and the surrounding buildings shook violently. The white-furred demonic ape collapsed in the pit and couldn't get up for a while. Qiao Shishir fell from the sky. Her mental strength had reached its limit. Shishir, are you all right? Qin Feng, Shishir has fainted. What should we do? Yan Wu Shuang held Qiao Shishir in her arms. The disciples of the Serenity were fighting with the disciples of the Verdant sect. The scene was chaotic. Swoosh! Pink light flashed. Stepping on the starry sky flying sword, Qin Feng rushed to the scene at high speed. He kept striking with both hands, and dozens of fireballs fell from the sky, forming a wall of fire around the girls. Qin Feng, take them away. I'll hold them off. The Divine Dragon was fighting with the ghost-faced Demon King, but he was no match for the latter and was forced to retreat. The battle had just begun, but Qin Feng and the others were already in a dangerous situation. Qin Feng was not concerned about the battle here. He was worried about the heroes of the martial arts world and the disciples of the Dragon sect from the other 36 bases. Wu Shuang, take everyone away from here. Qin Feng didn't have time to think. He grabbed the soul-breaking sword from Yen Wushuang's hand and dashed into the crowd again. The soul-breaking sword had no blade, and the faint pink light seemed to be on the verge of being extinguished in the dark mist. However, the pink light was extremely strong, as if it was born with Qin Feng's life. The soul-breaking sword specialized in killing demons, ghosts, and souls. Not long ago in Hero City, Qin Feng had used this peerless sword to kill the ghost-faced demon king from the first layer of Great Ghost City. Swoosh, swoosh. The wind howled. The soul-breaking sword danced in Qin Feng's hand, and the pink light became brighter and brighter. It pierced through the layers of dark mist and lit up the surroundings. The verdant sect heretic cultivators heard the commotion and rushed to the base. It seemed like there were tens of thousands of disciples guarding the base. In the face of the soul-breaking sword, these verdant sect heretic cultivators were like paper dolls. As soon as they came into contact with the light of the soul-breaking sword, they were instantly turned into ashes. Congratulations to host Qin Feng for killing 200 heretic cultivators in a row. The killer book has reached level 5. Congratulations to host Qin Feng for killing 400 heretic cultivators in a row. The killer book has reached level 6. Congratulations to host Qin Feng for killing 1,000 heretic cultivators in a row. The killer book has reached level 8. Qin Feng seemed to have entered a state of madness as he slaughtered his way through a bloody path. The system's notifications kept ringing in his mind. This was the first time Qin Feng had reached level 8. Now, his strength had increased by 5 times. Qin Feng had no idea how powerful he had become after reaching level 1 true qi by 5 times. A casual roar from Qin Feng could shake a group of heretic cultivator disciples, and even the buildings around them would collapse. Rumble. However, there was a loud sound from afar. The mystical dragon had been holding on for so long and was almost at its limit. It was stomped into the ground by the ghost-faced demon king. Multiple clouds of black mist surrounded the mystical dragon, and the black mist continuously exploded. Swoosh! Qin Feng suddenly disappeared, and in the next moment he was standing on the tallest building with the divine dragon in his arms. The divine dragon was covered in blood. He looked at Qin Feng weakly, but his eyes were shining. He was stunned by the dense true qi that was bursting out of Qin Feng's body. What kind of realm is this? It's even more ferocious than stage 4 true qi. Senior divine dragon, take a break first. Watch me slaughter these evil creatures. Qin Feng stuffed a qi-stabilizing pill into the divine dragon's mouth. With a flash of pink light, he had already sent the divine dragon to the side of the girls. Qin Feng kept asking Yen Wushuang to take the girls away, but Qin Feng didn't leave. Naturally, the girls wouldn't leave either. Miss Yen Yu, take the serenity and leave first. Qin Feng knew he couldn't persuade Yen Wushuang and Xiao Shishir, so he could only persuade the serenity disciples to leave first. Among the serenity disciples, most of them knew Qin Feng. Not long ago, Qin Feng broke into serenity's sacred ground and peeked at many of them bathing. Originally, everyone had a bad impression of Qin Feng, and they classified him as a pervert. But after this battle, the girls started to re-evaluate Qin Feng. He was indeed worthy of his title as the Martial World's Alliance leader. Qin Feng, don't say any more. Serenity is a righteous sect, one of the hidden 5 hegemons. Even if the Serenity disciples die in battle, there is no such thing as running away. Moreover, this battle is against China's most evil sect, Verdant Sect. If we are defeated by this group of heretic cultivators, how can we have the face to return to serenity? How can we have the face to establish a foothold in the martial world? As a girl, Hua Xianyu's consciousness was nobler than most of the men in the hidden 5 hegemons. Qin Feng patted Hua Xianyu's shoulder and said, "All right. Then you guys stay here and don't run around. Call me if you encounter any danger." Qin Feng handed the divine dragon over to the girls and disappeared in a flash of pink light. Rumble. On top of a house far away, the ghost-faced demon king was adjusting his breath. Suddenly, the house under his feet exploded, scaring the ghost-faced demon king into running away. Verdant Sect's heretic cultivators. Today I, Qin Feng, will exterminate your entire sect. The pink light flickered in the black mist. Qin Feng stepped on his flying sword and held the soul-severing sword in his hand. The purple thunder robe on his body flickered with lightning, and the void began to rumble with thunder. Countless purple lightning bolts struck down from the sky. As if they had eyes, they chased after the ghost-faced demon king. Bang! Crackle! Chapter 1149. Qin Feng, I'll make you wish you were dead. Ghost-faced demon king was battered and battered. His black robe was blown to pieces. With a wild roar, the ghost-faced demon king no longer dodged. Bursts of red mist suddenly burst forth from his body. This guy was originally a demonic cultivator and entered the path of the demonic path. Eventually, he became a demonic and evil demon. This was the first time Qin Feng had met such an opponent. Rumble! As soon as he entered a demonic state, Ghost-faced Demon King slammed his palm behind him. The violent airflow was like a tornado, blowing away the roof behind him. The swords and sabers on the ground flew into the air. The red mist was still burning with flames, and all of them shot towards Qin Feng. Bang bang bang! Suddenly, there was a loud explosion, but the sound was a bit muffled. A huge shield appeared in front of Qin Feng. The black tortoise shield emitted a dark brown light. The ancient runes carved on the shield began to move as if they were alive. Qin Feng carried the black tortoise shield and stepped on the starry sky flying sword. He also bought the talisman of clairvoyance. His eyes could see through everything. Through the black tortoise shield, a few bolts of purple lightning struck down. Bang! A thick bolt of purple lightning flew down and hit the top of Ghost-faced Demon King's head. His bullhorn-like hair exploded, and his whole body was charred. Ghost-faced Demon King screamed in anger, but he had already discovered the abnormality. This Qin Feng's cultivation method was really strange, even stranger than the demonic cultivators. Before, he was only at stage 1 true qi, but after a while, he felt that he was even stronger than stage 4 true qi. Swish swish swish. While fighting Ghost-faced Demon King, Qin Feng didn't forget to kill the verdant sect disciples that came one after another. The ground was littered with corpses, and the number of demonic cultivators Qin Feng killed kept increasing. The killer book's level was also increasing rapidly. Qin Feng felt that he was incomparably powerful, as if even Golden Fur Lion King was no match for him. The verdant sect's 5 kings are only SOSO. Ghostface Evil King and Ghostface In King were killed by me. This time, it's your turn. Qin Feng turned into a flash of pink light and instantly appeared in front of the ghost-faced Demon King. The black tortoise shield in his hands suddenly disappeared, and the soul-severing sword, which radiated pink light in all directions, stabbed out, directly towards the ghost-faced Demon King's heart. Buzz! There was a strange energy wave in the surroundings. Under the absolute soul sword, the ghost-faced Demon King's expression changed drastically. He looked like he was extremely afraid of this treasured sword. The ghost-faced Demon King felt his speed decrease drastically, and he could no longer dodge Qin Feng's sword. Rumble! Just as the ghost-faced Demon King was about to be annihilated by the soul-severing sword, a loud sound exploded on Qin Feng's body, instantly sending him flying. Ah! Qin Feng, I've been looking for you for a long time. Since you've come to seek death, I won't let you live. A loud sound came from the void. It was the sound of someone speaking. The valley shook, and the 7-star mountain base felt like it was about to collapse. Originally, because of the appearance of the angel's sword and the broken soul sword, the surrounding black fog and evil aura were gradually dissipating, but at this moment, the black fog shrouded the city like the mouth of a giant beast, devouring all the light between heaven and earth. Shen Long, who was recuperating, stood up abruptly. All the women gathered together and looked at the pitch-black night sky. Although they didn't see the intruder, they were inexplicably nervous. The dense evil aura and murderous aura enveloped the land, wrapping everyone tightly. This was the first time they felt such a strong pressure. The intruder was too powerful, and he claimed to be the deity. Then, it could only be the sect master of the verdant sect, the ghost-faced demon venerable. In the darkness, an even darker figure stood on top of the building. All the light around him was absorbed, as if he was in hell. No one could see his face clearly, and they could only see a shadow standing there. Shenlong and the white-haired demonic ape stood in front of the women, staring at the ghost-faced demon Venerable with vigilance. The ghost-faced demon Venerable didn't move, as if it was just a shadow. Lord Demon Venerable. The ghost-faced demon king bowed to the shadow on top of the building, proving that it was the ghost-faced demon Venerable. A voice didn't come from the roof of the building, but from all directions. Even you can't defeat Qin Feng? The voice was sharp and hoarse, and it didn't even sound like a human. The ghost-faced demon king, with the help of the great evil formation of the 7-star mountain base, was comparable to a rank 4 true Qi expert. But in front of the ghost-faced demon Venerable, he was trembling in fear. Lord Demon Venerable, that brat Qin Feng's cultivation method is strange. He was originally at rank 1 true Qi, but he instantly became a rank 4 true Qi expert. The ghost-faced demon Venerable didn't make a sound, and in everyone's eyes, he didn't move. But in the next second, a building collapsed with a loud bang, and a pink light shot out from it. Qin Feng, why are you hiding? Didn't you say that you want to kill this deity? Today, this deity will meet you, and see how capable you are. Even Shenlong and the ghost-faced demon king didn't see where Qin Feng was hiding, but the ghost-faced demon Venerable slapped Qin Feng out with his palm. In the darkness, a pink shadow floated indeterminately, and its speed was as fast as lightning. However, the ghost-faced demon Venerable suddenly slapped Qin Feng again, and he fell to the ground. Boom! A huge pit appeared in front of Shenlong and the others, and Qin Feng was lying in it with his face covered in dirt. At this moment, his heart was in turmoil. This ghost-faced demon Venerable was too strong. Qin Feng, are you all right? Everyone surrounded the huge pit. Just as Shenlong was about to jump down and pull Qin Feng up, a gust of wind descended from the sky, and the ghost-faced demon Venerable's second palm had already landed. Roar, roar! Is this your strength? How disappointing, all of you can go and die. Boom! Before the black mist could hit anyone, it had already exploded in the air, and the violent airflow caused the Serenity disciples to be unable to stand steadily. Shenlong immediately flew up to catch the ghost-faced demon Venerable's palm, but he saw a flash of golden light, and within the golden light, a figure rushed into the sky. A sound wave came out from the void, and the roar was like thunder, causing the ground to tremble. The originally pervasive black mist was actually shattered by the sound wave, and quickly disappeared. The figure in the sky finally became clear. He had a head of golden curly hair, and his entire body was emitting golden light. In his hand was a dazzling golden dragon slaughtering saber. It was Golden Fur Lion King Xiesun. The lion's roar intimidated everyone present, and the group of verdant sect heretic cultivators on the ground were badly injured. Even the ghost-faced demon king covered his ears, as he could not withstand the soul-shaking sound wave attack. Only the ghost-faced demon Venerable stood motionlessly on the roof, and with a wave of his hand, the lion's roar sound wave disappeared. The expression in Golden Fur Lion King's eyes became serious. He had long been irritable in the system, and had been waiting to come out to torture and kill this group of heretic cultivator disciples. Now that he was released by Qin Feng, Golden Fur Lion King finally experienced the power of the ghost-faced demon Venerable. This guy had already surpassed the realm of True Qi Stage 4. Damn thing, let me see how powerful you are. Golden Fur Lion King did not retreat. He lifted the dragon-slaughtering saber and leaped up. In a flash, he arrived above the ghost-faced demon Venerable's head. The dragon-slaughtering saber hacked down from the sky and brought up a 10-meter-long golden saber screen. Rumble. The aura of True Qi Stage 4 was like an avalanche, but the black shadow on the roof had already disappeared. The row of houses collapsed in an instant, as if there was a strong earthquake. As the saber hacked down, the Golden Fur Lion King's expression changed greatly. A black shadow appeared behind him, and an extremely dangerous aura enveloped the Golden Fur Lion King. Crackle! Qin Feng had already discovered it, and immediately summoned the purple lightning to strike over. However, the ghost-faced demon Venerable stood in the air without dodging, allowing the purple lightning to strike his body. At the same time, he struck out with his palm, directly smashing the Golden Fur Lion King into the huge pit on the ground. Rumble! Rumble! The collapse of the houses and the landing of the Golden Fur Lion King sounded out one after another, as if they were filming a war movie. Shenlong and the girls were all dumbstruck. This battle had even exceeded Shenlong's expectations. The sudden appearance of the Golden Fur Lion King intimidated everyone, but in the end, this kind of expert was defeated by the ghost-faced demon venerable in one strike. Qin Feng, I'll block this place. Quickly bring everyone away, or else everyone will lose their lives here tonight. Shenlong's expression had never been so grave before. Qin Feng did not even have time to make a decision, as another wave of cold wind blew from all directions. The ghost-faced demon venerable had already launched another attack, this time towards Qin Feng. Around Qin Feng, the black fog quickly gathered, forming a solid copper wall, trapping Qin Feng within. After the black fog gathered, it began to explode. The earth-shattering sound caused the girls' hearts to tremble. How could Qin Feng, who was in the center of the explosion, survive? Ghost-faced demon venerable, I advise you to quickly surrender. Evil will not prevail over good, you will die sooner or later. Seeing this, Shenlong immediately flew out, the short sword in his hand continuously waving. The sword light instantly enveloped half of the sky. The sword chi collided with the condensed black fog, but it produced the sound of metal clashing, and the black fog did not disperse for a long time, completely unaffected by the sword chi. Jie. You want me to surrender? What big words you have there. The ghost-faced demon venerable let out a strange laugh. His laughter was filled with anger. He casually struck out with his palm, and a ball of black fog immediately enveloped Shenlong. Shenlong and Qin Feng were trapped, and Golden Fur Lion King was lying on the ground, seriously injured. The girls were simply not ghost-faced demon venerable's opponent. They did not even have the chance to make a move. This battle was originally planned meticulously, with a big chance of victory, but the situation changed drastically in an instant. The ghost-faced demon venerable's strength was beyond everyone's expectations, especially with the Verdant Gate base's great evil formation. This was a huge disadvantage for Qin Feng and the others. Qin Feng, you can die now. The ghost-faced demon venerable did not speak any nonsense. His hands moved quickly. A ball of black fog formed into a palm shape, quickly approaching Qin Feng. A roar came from the sky. Golden Fur Lion King flew over with the dragon-slaughtering saber. He was after all a ranker at the 4th level of true chi, immediately fighting with the ghost-faced demon venerable. Although Qin Feng and Shenlong were trapped, the two of them could see the situation of the battle outside. Seeing Golden Fur Lion King still struggling to fight after being hit several times, Qin Feng's heart was burning with anxiety. Little pig, how can we kill the ghost-faced demon venerable? Qin Feng was furious, and he communicated with Little Pig through his mind. Master, there are many ways. You have a total of 192,000 hedonist points, which is enough to buy a weapon that can kill the ghost-faced demon venerable from the star technology interface. The power of the fire cloud cannon is not enough to kill the ghost-faced demon venerable. Master can also use the remaining 2 character draw cards to draw a hero. If you are lucky, you can draw a hero that is more powerful than the ghost-faced demon venerable. Master can continue to kill the Verdant Gate evil cultivators and continue to upgrade the killer book. As long as you upgrade it by 2 more levels, you can completely defeat the ghost-faced demon venerable. Chapter 1150. The Hedonist Sovereign System has issued a chain mission. Destroy the Verdant Gate. Time limit, 6 months. Main mission: Verdant Gate annihilation. Kill the Ghost-Face evil sovereign and destroy the 7-Star Mountain's main base in the Verdant Gate River. Once the mission is completed, the reward will be 100,000 hedonist points and a Ghost-Face talisman. Side mission: Destroy the Verdant Gate. Kill the 5 kings of the Verdant Gate with your own hands. Reward: 100,000 hedonist points and 1 ghost head talisman each. Side mission: Destroy the Verdant Gate. Rescue the martial arts world, the dragon sect, and the big and small clans. Lead everyone to destroy the 36 bases of the Verdant Gate. Reward: 100,000 hedonist points. Just as Little Pig was giving Qin Feng a few suggestions on how to defeat the ghost face evil lord, the system suddenly issued a new mission. At this time, Qin Feng was still trapped in the black fog, so he didn't have the time to carefully analyze each mission. Now that he had raised the killer book to level 8, his strength was comparable to a true Qi Stage 4 cultivator, so he didn't suffer much damage from the explosion of the black fog. However, the divine dragon's body was covered in blood, and it felt like it couldn't hold on much longer. A strange energy wave suddenly spread. Qin Feng had already subdued the divine dragon's sovereign peace system. With a thought, the soul-breaking sword flew into the divine dragon's hand. "Senior divine dragon, get out of the way. The evil lord is too powerful. Let me deal with him." The soul-breaking sword glowed faintly in the divine dragon's hand, but the pink light didn't disappear. It created a small space around the divine dragon. The explosions continued, but the divine dragon didn't feel like he was being attacked anymore. Boom. The white demonic ape and the golden lion king were attacking the evil lord together. Their strength couldn't be underestimated, but they were still no match for the ghost face evil lord. They could only hold on and buy time for the others. The divine dragon leaped to the city gate and dragged the girls away. The disciples of the Serenity couldn't hold on any longer. Just standing in the verdant gate's base was enough to suffocate them. In the end, they had no choice but to go outside to take a breather. Qiao Shishir and Yen Wushuang refused to leave. Qiao Shishir had just woken up from her coma. She immediately commanded the white-haired demonic ape to attack the evil dominator. Yen Wushuang knew she could not defeat the evil dominator and the demon king. Therefore, she decided to kill the disciples of the verdant gate to vent her anger. The divine dragon's white figure flickered. After sending off the Serenity disciples, it had already returned to the battlefield and was currently engaged in an intense battle with the ghost-faced demon king. Evil cultivators kept pouring out of the Seven-Star Mountain's base. Hundreds and thousands of evil cultivators surrounded Yen Wushuang and Qiao Shishir. Qin Feng was still trapped in the black mist, and the Golden Fur Lion King and the Divine Dragon were at a disadvantage in their battle. At the same time, in the 34 Verdant Gate bases in China and the Verdant Gate base in Galliford Town in the United States, various martial arts heroes and disciples of the Dragon Sect and the Great Clans were in trouble. In the Galliford Town base in the United States, Qin Feng contacted Dracula and led the Blood Clan members to attack the base. Initially, the Blood Clan members attacked the base ferociously as if they were about to take down the base. However, the Ghost-Faced Demon King counterattacked at the last moment and activated the Yin Evil formation, turning the tide of the battle. In the Shaolin Temple base, the 18 Bronze Men formation had been destroyed. Many Shaolin disciples were severely injured. The Dragon Sect members and disciples of the Great Clans who rushed to the base were also in trouble. The Yin Evil formation in the base was so powerful that it suppressed the strength of the traditional martial arts cultivators by almost half. On the other hand, the strength of the Verdant Gate Evil cultivators was rising rapidly in the Yin Evil formation. The longer the battle went on, the more the martial arts cultivators would suffer. The Wu Dang 13 Sword formation was destroyed, and so was the Amei Illusory formation. After the 4 dragons and 3 tigers of China entered their respective bases, their strength was greatly reduced. They could not even reach Stage 9 Inner Qi. The clans in the provincial capital and the 4 cities of the Yun province were weak to begin with. Now that they had entered the Verdant Gate base, they were like rookies that could be bullied. The encirclement and annihilation of the Verdant Gate was mighty, and everyone was full of confidence. However, halfway through the battle, all 36 bases were in danger. It was beyond everyone's expectation. In the Systems Heroes League channel, everyone was shouting for Qin Feng's help. "Brother-in-law, how are things on your side? I'm in danger. I can't help but feel that the Verdant Gate base is very strange. I can only exert 60% of my strength." Yun Zhe sounded anxious. "Brother Yun Zhe, which base are you at? I'll bring some people to help you now." Lu Jie was arranged to stay in Hero City by Qin Feng. When he heard that Yun Zhe was calling for help, Lu Jie was so anxious that he screamed, "Boss, can you say something? If you don't say anything, Longhair and I will lead the Feng group and kill our way there." Qin Feng, The women in Hero City were calling for Qin Feng anxiously in their minds, but there was no reply from Qin Feng for a long time. When Qin Yi learned that all the bases were in danger, he was so anxious that he was sweating profusely. Qin Yi quickly understood that he had been used by the Verdant Gate. How could it be so easy to find out the information about the 36 bases? This was a trap set by the Verdant Gate. Those Verdant Gate bastards. I'm going to fight them. Qin Yi was flustered and exasperated. As the chief advisor, he contributed to the strategy, but the result was that the people of the martial arts world and Big Brother Qin were in deep trouble. Although this was not the result that Qin Yi wanted, he blamed himself for everything. Qin Feng felt extremely guilty. He wished he could exchange his life for everyone's return. The 36 Verdant Gate bases were in a mess. The Hero City in Acropolis City was in a mess. The Systems Heroes League channel kept shouting, but there was no reply from Qin Feng. Everyone's hearts were about to jump out of their throats. A bad premonition arose in their hearts. However, the women refused to accept this fact. Lin Bei was so anxious that she kept wiping away her tears. Rumble. At this moment, a loud noise exploded in the women's minds. Every member who joined the Systems Heroes League felt a majestic and holy silver light shoot out of their minds. In the Heroes League, the Dragon and Phoenix rankings let out several roars of dragons and phoenixes. The Golden Gold League turned into the Silver Platinum League. Congratulations to host Qin Feng for spending 300,000 Hedonist points to upgrade the Gold League to the Platinum League. The Platinum League now has the ability to travel through time and space. Host Qin Feng borrowed 110,000 Hedonist points from the system. Host Qin Feng must repay the principal and interest within 3 months. The daily interest is 100 Hedonist points. The system's notifications kept ringing in Qin Feng's mind. After some consideration, he finally chose to activate the Platinum League to resolve this crisis. Qin Feng only had 192,000 Hedonist points and borrowed 110,000 Hedonist points from the system to upgrade the Gold League to the Platinum League. Before the upgrade, the Gold League could use the space-time door to transport items. After the upgrade, the Platinum League could use the space-time door to transport living creatures. Rumble. Rumble. The loud noises kept ringing in everyone's mind. They were shocked by the loud noises in the Dragon and Phoenix rankings and thought that Qin Feng was in trouble. In the 7-star mountain base in the middle of the Sichuan River, Qin Feng was still shrouded in black mist. However, the loud noises kept ringing in the black mist. This time, it wasn't the black mist that caused the explosion. Instead, it was Qin Feng's body that exploded on its own. Qin Feng, are you all right? Master, what's wrong? The Divine Dragon and the Golden Fur Lion King were shocked by the loud noises. They couldn't care less about the battle anymore and rushed to the black mist where Qin Feng was. Yan Wu Shuang and Qiao Shishir's faces were ashen. They were terrified by the strange phenomenon that happened to Qin Feng. If Qin Feng really died, the two ladies swore to avenge him. Rumble. The loud noises on Qin Feng's body didn't stop. Suddenly, rays of silver light shot out from his body. He looked like a god of war that descended from the sky. Even the dense black mist around him was penetrated by the silver light and dissipated rapidly. Buzz. The air around him vibrated, and a strange energy wave spread rapidly. The Divine Dragon and the Golden Fur Lion King were shocked when they rushed to Qin Feng's side. Did Qin Feng disappear from the black mist? Rumble. A massive explosion sounded out in the air above Acropolis City's Hero City. Silver light blossomed in the sky as if a hole had been torn open, and a figure covered in silver light descended from the sky, causing Lu Jie and the others to stare in shock and slack-jawed. What's that? Is that the Aurora Celestial phenomenon? There's a silhouette. Be careful, everyone. Someone is attacking Hero City. Don't panic, everyone. That's Qin Feng. The entire Hero City was in chaos. All the ladies and the members of the Feng group looked up at the sky. The silver light was so dazzling that they had to cover their faces with their hands. The silhouette in the light was getting closer and closer. Finally, the handsome and cold appearance became clearer. It's Qin Feng. It's really Qin Feng. Boss, don't scare me. Are you really dead? Are you going to heaven? Big brother, what's going on? Everyone rushed to Qin Feng. At this moment, Qin Feng had landed on the ground, and the silver light around him gradually dissipated. Everyone was confused by Qin Feng's sudden appearance. Logically speaking, Qin Feng should be attacking the verdant sect's main base at the 7-star mountain in the middle of the Sichuan province. Why did he suddenly travel through time and space? This was the power of the Platinum Alliance. Qin Feng had successfully traveled through time and space using the dimensional door. You damn fatty, why are you cursing me to die every day? I'll come back and deal with you after I destroy the 36 bases of the verdant sect. Qin Feng kicked Lu Jie as soon as he landed. Lu Jie burst into tears of joy. This kick confirmed everyone that Qin Feng was still alive. Qin Feng, what's going on? Qin Feng, the verdant sect's base is surrounded by an evil formation. The heroes of the martial arts world and the members of the dragon sect are trapped there. Hurry up and lead everyone to rescue them. Zhao Ling Xian and the other women surrounded Qin Feng, and they all chattered away, asking him endless questions. The reason why Qin Feng traveled to Hero City first was that he was afraid the ladies would get excited and attack the verdant sect's base. Secondly, it was Qin Feng's first time traveling through time and space using the dimensional door. Chapter 1151. In an experimental base of verdant sect. Sect leader Yuanji of Shaolin Temple was wearing a tattered golden kasaya. His body was covered in blood, but he still held tightly onto the staff in his hand, leading the few remaining disciples of Shaolin Temple in a bloody battle. The 18 bronze men formation of Shaolin Temple had been broken. The disciples of Shaolin Temple were in disarray, and some of them fell into a pool of blood from time to time. It was a fierce battle. Even though the disciples of the dragon sect and various clans had come to help, they were still at a disadvantage. They were unable to unleash their full strength in the evil formation. Swordsman Ji, take everyone and leave first. I'll stay here and stop them. Yuanji could feel the inner qi in his body starting to run out. He knew that they would all die at this rate. Blue Dragon Ji Ye's silver armor was broken and his body was covered in wounds, but he did not back down. He yelled at the disciples behind him, "All of you, retreat. Leave this to the Dragon Sect and Shaolin Temple." Those who came to the base were the Yun clan of the capital city. Yun Zhe would never leave. He gritted his teeth and picked up his fiery rod, as if he could not hear Jie's yell. He continued to fight with the fiery rod. Killing one evil cultivator was a guarantee, and killing one more was a bonus. Everyone was aware of the current situation, but none of them fled. They would rather die on the battlefield than surrender to the evil cultivators of verdant sect. Looking at the brave and unyielding heroes and warriors behind him, sect leader Yuanji put on a kind smile. He put his palms together, and suddenly a golden light burst out from his body. Ji looked anxious. Master Yuanji, please stop. We can hold on. Sect leader Yuanji was going to unleash his qi burst, and he was going to do it completely. After unleashing his qi burst, he would be able to activate the invincible golden body of Shaolin Temple. His strength would skyrocket, and his defense would be astonishing. During the two martial world disturbances, Monk Yuanqing and Uncle Master Yuanjin of Shaolin Temple had both activated the invincible golden body. However, after activating the invincible golden body, one's cultivation level would be severely damaged. Sect leader Yunji was trying to unleash his qi burst by destroying his dantian. Swordsman Ji, the disciples of my Buddhist sect have suffered heavy casualties. As a sect leader, how can I drag out an ignoble existence? You don't have to stop me. Once I activate my invincible golden body, I'll kill them all. Sect leader Yuanji had made up his mind. He wanted to kill as many evil cultivators as possible before he died. The golden light was so bright that even Ji had to cover his eyes. Sect leader Yuanji was about to activate his golden body when a silver light suddenly descended from the sky. The blinding light instantly overpowered the golden light. The leader of the martial arts world, Qin Feng, is here. Sect leader Yuanji, please stop. Rumble. His roar was like thunder, and Qin Feng crashed to the ground amidst the rumbling thunder. The houses around him instantly collapsed, and there was no living thing within 10 meters of Qin Feng. The heretic cultivators were sent flying into the air. Pink light flickered, and they were instantly sliced into pieces by the flying swords. The entire base suddenly fell silent. Be it the people from the Shaolin Dragon sect or the Verdant sect, all of them were stunned by Qin Feng's godlike entrance. They had forgotten that they were in the middle of a fierce battle, and the Verdant sect heretic cultivators just wanted to turn around and run. Qin Feng? Are you really Qin Feng? How is this possible? Weren't you trapped in the 7-Star Mountain? You should have been killed by the Lord Evil Dominator by now. A guardian elder of the base stared at Qin Feng in disbelief. His eyes almost dropped to the ground. Sect leader Yuanji and Ji finally came to their senses. They quickly rushed to Qin Feng's side, and the despair in their hearts was instantly replaced with hope. Brother Qin Feng, it's really you. How did you get here? Ji could not figure out why Qin Feng had come here from the sky. Alliance leader Qin, you came at the right time. I almost passed away. Sect leader Yuanji smiled bitterly. His Dharma name was really amazing. The disciples of the Shaolin Dragon sect, the Yun family, and the Shaolin Dragon sect were a little slow to react, but they quickly gathered around Qin Feng and cheered. Great! Alliance leader Qin is here. We're saved. All hail Senior Azure Dragon. Quick, lead the Dragon sect and kill all these heretic cultivators. Brother-in-law, you're finally here. How's your main base? Qin Feng glanced at the ground and saw corpses everywhere. Many of them were from the Shaolin Dragon sect and the Shaolin Dragon sect. Seeing so many of his brothers being buried here, Qin Feng was enraged. Qin Feng, how dare you come here? But what can you do even if you come? Every base of the Verdant sect has set up a evil formation. You'll die even if you come here. After a brief moment of fear, the Verdant sect's Grand Guardian suddenly let out a strange laugh. In the eyes of the Verdant sect's heretic cultivators, Qin Feng was as terrifying as a demon. But that was the situation outside. Now that they were in the Verdant sect's base, they were full of confidence. As long as the evil formation was in place, they were invincible. Rumble. As soon as the Verdant sect's Grand Guardian finished his sentence, a loud explosion sounded. The strange laughter was still echoing in the valley, but the Grand Guardian's body was blown up by a ball of flame and turned into ashes. Qin Feng did not stop attacking. Due to the urgency of the situation, there were still 35 bases waiting for him to rescue after he had finished off this base. With a flash of pink light, Qin Feng had disappeared and reappeared high in the sky. Not long ago, Qin Feng had upgraded the 5 elemental formation to the formation of heaven and earth. He stood in the sky and overlooked the Verdant sect's base. Soon, he found the formation core of the evil formation. Then, he shot out several balls of destructive fire and smashed them on a magnificent building in the base. Senior Ji, sect leader Yuanji, attack that building with me. That's the formation core of the evil formation. Once we destroy it, we'll be able to break the formation. Qin Feng's thunderous roar brought everyone back to their senses. They hastily launched their attacks at the tallest building. For a moment, the sky was filled with a rain of fire. Sword light and saber shadows blotted out the sky. In less than half a minute, the tall and magnificent building collapsed with a loud bang. Damn it! The evil formation has been destroyed. What should we do? The Verdant sect's heretic cultivators turned pale with fright when they saw the formation core was destroyed. The commander-in-chief of this base, the Grand Guardian, was burned to ashes by Qin Feng. Now that the formation core was destroyed, the whole Verdant sect's base was in a mess. Senior Ji, sect leader Yuanji, the evil formation has been destroyed. I'll leave the rest to you guys. I'll make a move first. Qin Feng left immediately after he destroyed the formation. A silver light flashed on his body, and he disappeared into the night sky. Qin Feng came and went like the wind. It was as if he had never been here. However, the dark mist and evil energy above the Verdant sect's base disappeared quickly. The moon was bright, and the stars were sparse. Everyone's inner chi that had been suppressed inside their bodies surged out. All of this proved that Qin Feng had been here, and the Yin evil formation had been destroyed by him. Kill the members of the dragon sect. It's time to avenge our brothers. Ji bellowed. The aura of a stage 9 inner chi cultivator gushed out and smashed a dozen heretic cultivators into meat paste. The Shaolin Temple's 18 bronze men formation was set up again. The Yun family members regained their fighting spirit. After the Yin evil formation disappeared, they felt as if they had been rejuvenated. The group of heretic cultivators was like a paper tiger that was destroyed with a single strike. In the following period of time, dozens of strange phenomena appeared in the sky above China. A silver light suddenly blossomed, illuminating the entire night sky. Due to the dazzling light, no one could see Qin Feng, who was descending from the sky. The ordinary people of China were watching the strange phenomena, but they were clueless. They thought it was another strange phenomenon that only happened once in 100 years. One by one, the verdant sect's bases turned defeat into victory because of Qin Feng's sudden appearance. Every time Qin Feng transmigrated, he would not stop for long. Once he destroyed the Yin evil formation, he would rush to the next location. Qin Feng swept through all 33 verdant sect bases in China. His body glowed brightly as he arrived at the base in Zhongchuan City, Hong Kong. This base was not to be underestimated. It was one of the 3 major bases of the verdant sect. It was personally guarded by one of the 5 kings, Dao Qinggul. When Qin Feng arrived at the base, he saw the flames of war raging in the sky. Although there were no firearms and only cold weapons, the intensity of the battle was no less than a technological war. The leader of the Hong sect, Ao Wuchang, led 300 disciples of the Hong sect to the battlefield. Ao Shaowan insisted on coming with his brother when he learned of the situation. Qin Feng even saw Li Ya in the midst of the battle. The girl had learned about the plan to attack the verdant sect from the Hero Alliance in the system. She immediately led a team of Hong Kong police to assist them. The situation was obvious. Ao Wuchang was losing ground. The Yin evil formation in this base was more powerful than the other bases. Ao Wuchang and the disciples of the Hong sect were greatly suppressed and couldn't use their full strength. As for the police officers brought by Li Ya, although they were armed to the teeth and carried guns, they were just ordinary people. As soon as they entered the base, their bodies were invaded by a strong evil energy. They fell unconscious before they could even fire a single bullet. Shao, hurry up and escape with your sister Li Ya. Ao Wuchang was covered in blood. He stood in front of his sister and Li Ya with a saber in his hand. The 2 girls couldn't be of any help, but they refused to leave. While Dao Qinggul's sharp claws landed and instantly left 5 bloody wounds on Ao Wuchang's arm. The evil energy surged into the wounds, causing them to rot and ooze black blood. You monster! How dare you hurt my brother? I'll kill you! Tears welled up in Ao Shaowan's eyes. She didn't care if she could defeat Dao Qinggul or not. She swung her saber and slashed at Dao Qinggul's chest. GGG! A silly little girl like you wants to harm this king's life? Go to hell. Dao Qinggul's face was covered by a ghost mask. His smile was extremely eerie and horrifying. His palms were wrinkled and withered like the bark of an old tree, but his fingers grew sharp nails that were sharper than blades. Voila! Chapter 1152. Ao Shaowan could already feel death looming over her. At this moment of life and death, her mind was filled with memories of her time with Qin Feng. That period of time was funny and warm. Ao Shaowan's beautiful eyes were moist, and she didn't know if she was crying tears of happiness or regret. Swoosh! A white light flashed, and Taoist Rakshas's sharp claw was less than a centimeter away from Ao Shaowan's forehead. However, it suddenly froze in the air and didn't fall. Ao Shaowan felt that her body was being hugged by a strong and powerful arm. She quickly turned her head to look, and tears suddenly burst out like a spring. She couldn't control them at all. Qin Feng? It's really Qin Feng. Ao Shaowan hugged Qin Feng tightly and was too excited to speak. Qin Feng always appeared at the most critical moment. Ao Wuchang and Li Ya screamed in shock. Taoist Rakshasa was still standing in the same place, looking at his right hand with a dumbfounded expression. That hand seemed to have lost all feeling and was not under his control at all. However, in the next second he felt a piercing pain coming from his wrist. With a slight sound, a bloody mark appeared on his wrist. His entire right hand suddenly fell to the ground, blood gushing out like a fountain. Leah and Ao Shaowan were frightened by this strange and bloody scene. The two girls didn't even see the wind blade that Qin Fen shot out. They thought that Taoist Rakshas's hand had fallen off by itself. Ao. You are Qin Fen? You are Qin Fen. How dare you cut off this king's hand? This king will tear you into pieces. Taoist Rakshasa screamed in pain. He was wearing a ghost mask, so no one could see his expression at the moment. However, it was easy to guess that he was in pain. Qin Fen hugged Ao Shaowan and patted her head. Then he shielded Ao Shaowan and Leah behind him and stood side by side with Ao Wuchang in front of everyone. Division Leader Wuchang, I'm late. You have suffered. Qin Fen smiled at Ao Wuchang. Ao Wuchang's face was swollen, but he endured the pain and laughed heartily. Ha! It's good that you came. Otherwise, I could have held on for a long time. Qin Fen punched Ao Wuchang's arm and said, That's right. Brother Wuchang is the division leader of the Hong sect. If it weren't for the evil formation in this base, division leader Wuchang would have killed all these bastards. Yes. You're right, Brother Qin. Ao Wuchang nodded earnestly. Although the members of the Hong sect had suffered heavy casualties, they were not afraid at all because of their faith in Qin Fan. Qin Fen's appearance boosted everyone's morale. The news of him being China's Azure Dragon and the Martial Alliance Master had long since spread to Hong Kong. Qin Fen didn't waste any time. After greeting Ao Wuchang, he turned into a pink light and disappeared. In the next second, with a loud bang, ghastly Dao King was sent flying into the sky. Pa! A blood-colored whip shadow appeared in the sky. Qin Fen took Hua Yan's blood shadow whip from the Heroes Alliance and whipped the ghastly-faced Dao King with it. Ding! Congratulations to host Qin Feng for killing 1,500 evil cultivators and leveling up the killer book to level 9. Qin Feng had been killing the evil cultivators of the Verdant sect. Unknowingly, he had upgraded the killer book to level 9. Under the effects of the killer book, Qin Fen's strength was increased by 5 times. True qi gushed out of his body, making him look like an immortal descending from the sky. Qin Fen's strength was unpredictable. The ghastly-faced Dao King, who had the strength of a stage 3 true qi cultivator, couldn't even withstand a single blow from him. Ever since Qin Fen appeared, the ghastly-faced Dao King didn't even have a chance to attack or counterattack. Put. The blood-colored whip shadow filled the sky and dyed the night sky red. The ghastly-faced Dao King's ear-piercing screams echoed in the surroundings. The Verdant sect evil cultivators on the ground were dumbfounded. The ghastly-faced Dao King was their king, the leader of this base, but Qin Fen treated him like a little chick. Ha! Big brother Qin Fen, beat him up. Beat this monster to death. Ao Shaowan, who had almost died in the hands of the ghastly-faced Dao King, clapped his hands and cheered excitedly. Crackle! The whip shadow was like a curtain, and its strength kept increasing. When it landed on the ghastly-faced Dao King's body, a series of explosions sounded like firecrackers. Ghastly-faced Dao King, how dare you hurt my Hong Sex brothers and almost kill my little girlfriend Ao Shaon. I'll make you regret it today. Invincible Golden Body had long been activated. Qin Fen's body glowed with a golden light as he stood on the starry sky flying sword and hovered in the air. The blood-red whip shadow flew up and down. At this moment he looked like a demon from hell. His surging killing intent stunned even Ao Wuchang. Rumble! After an unknown amount of time, the ghastly-faced Dao King's body suddenly exploded. Dense black mist scattered in all directions. Qin Fen immediately took out the soul-breaking sword and madly swung it in the black mist. The evil qi and the black mist formed a powerful black tornado. Head leader Wuchang, bring everyone out first. I'll destroy the evil formation of this base. Qin Fen's voice was like thunder. Ao Wuchang and the others hastily retreated. After everyone ran out of the base, the soul-breaking sword in Qin Fen's hand suddenly slashed down. The violent black wind condensed and rushed toward a building on the ground. The center of the building was the core of the formation, but it was instantly destroyed by the black tornado. Rumble. Rumble. However, the black tornado did not disappear. Under Qinfan's control, it quickly swept across the entire verdant sect space. With the death of the ghastly-faced Tao King and the destruction of the evil formation, the verdant sect's heretical cultivators in the base fell into chaos. No one dared to fight Qinfan with their lives on the line. The black tornado destroyed the buildings in the base and razed everything in its path to the ground. Many verdant sect's disciples who were running away were sucked into the black tornado and were instantly crushed into pieces. Ao Wuchang led the members of the Hong sect to guard the city gate. Any verdant sect disciple who tried to escape was killed by them. The verdant sect's main base in Zhongchuan City of Hong Kong had been destroyed. One of the 5 kings of the verdant sect had died. Now, only the ghastly-faced Demon King and the ghastly-faced Strength King were left. Qinfan stood on top of a building. Ever since he upgraded his Gold Alliance to Platinum Alliance, it only took him half an hour to completely turn the tide of the verdant sect's siege. He had also completed some of the quests issued by the system not long ago. Qinfan's body emitted rays of silver light and disappeared into the sky again. One of the verdant sect's 3 main bases had been destroyed. This time, Qinfan teleported to America's Galliford town base using the space-time gate. The silver light radiating from the sky scared both sides into stopping their attacks. Count had led 20 Blood Clan elites and an army to attack the verdant sect's base. He had thought that this force would be enough to subdue the verdant sect, but it was only after he arrived that he realized how powerful the verdant sect was. These evil cultivators from China had strange moves, and their methods were vicious and cruel. They had killed many Blood Clan elites. What the hell is that? Count looked at the remaining 15 meters of Blood Clan members behind him. His heart was burning with rage. I guess they're the verdant sect's reinforcements. My prince, this is China's verdant sect's base, and the verdant sect is a heretical cultivator of China. If the Chinese government doesn't attack us, why are we risking our lives here? The Blood Clan elites were puzzled, especially when they were in a disadvantageous position. They didn't want to fight anymore. Count's expression was solemn and dignified. On one side were his family members, and on the other side was Qinfan's request. He didn't want to let either side down, but he realized that he had let both sides down. All of you retreat with your troops. Leave now. Count saw that the silver light in the sky was about to hit the ground. Without any hesitation, he ordered the Blood Clan members behind him. Count planned to fight to the death alone. This way, he could give Qinfan an explanation. Prince Count, aren't you going to retreat with us? The group of Blood Clan elites didn't leave. They followed Count as their leader. I told you to leave, so leave now. It'll be too late if you don't leave now. Count's roar was like thunder. The 15 Blood Clan elites suddenly stopped in their tracks. Prince Count, we won't leave if you don't. Although I don't know why my prince is helping China, we are all from the Blood Clan. We pledge our lives to follow Prince Count. All the Blood Clan members surrounded Count, ready to protect Prince Count with their lives. Count felt a surge of warmth in his heart. He was proud of the Blood Clan. Rumble. The silver light in the sky had already hit the ground, creating a huge crater. The surrounding buildings collapsed with a loud rumble. Dozens of verdant sect disciples were blasted into pieces by the violent airflow before they could even react. You vampires are really despicable. Even the Chinese government doesn't dare to suppress the verdant sect. Since you've come here to die, I'll fulfill your wish. A strange laughter sounded. A black figure suddenly flew down from the sky. It was the Ghostface Force King who was guarding this base. Count had fought with the Ghostface Force King several times before. The Blood Clan had always been known for their speed and strength. However, after a few exchanges, Count discovered that the Ghostface Force King was so strong that even he couldn't defeat it. Rumble. This time, the Ghostface Force King obviously unleashed all of his strength. Before the punch landed, a violent explosion sounded in the air. The air in front of Count was instantly shattered. The wind generated by the punch traveled so fast that Count didn't even have time to react before an aura of death enveloped him. Swoosh! A pink light flashed. Count was about to meet the Ghostface Force King's punch with all his might when he found his body flying high in the sky. In the next second, Count looked at the rapidly retreating mountain range under his feet in disbelief. Then, he looked at Qinfen beside him and shouted, "Brother Qinfen, am I dreaming? Am I already dead?" Qinfen had arrived just in time. He felt a lingering fear in his heart. If he was a second late, Count could have died under the Ghostface Force King's all-out attack. "You are an undying and indestructible Blood Clan member. What nonsense are you spouting? Now, go to the side and watch me avenge you." As soon as Qinfen's voice fell, Count found himself in a safe place. He looked up and saw a pink light flashing in the sky. It was Qinfen's figure. "Who are you?" The Ghostface Force King was so angry that he screamed on the roof after missing his attack. He looked at the pink light flashing in the sky, and his expression suddenly became sinister. Chapter 1153. The Ghostface Force King was very angry because he didn't have a master. Qin Feng was taking advantage of him. As one of the 5 kings of the Verdant sect, the Ghostface Force King had eaten so many corpses and rotten meat in his life, but this was the first time someone dared to take advantage of him. "You're Qin Feng? Don't try to fool me." Qin Feng has been trapped by the evil lord and is probably dead by now. The Verdant sect's base in America's Galliford town was built in the style of an American castle. The Ghostface Force King stood at the peak of a magnificent castle, his eyes constantly moving as he tried to locate the pink figure. However, the Ghostface Force King couldn't find Qin Feng at all. Now that Qin Feng had leveled up the killer book to the 9th level, his speed had increased by 5 times. He was faster than the wind. With a flash of pink light, Qin Feng's figure suddenly appeared. He stood on the pink starry sky flying sword and hovered in the air opposite the Ghostface Force King, looking at him indifferently. "You've really closed off the news. Now that the situation has changed, out of the 36 bases in the Verdant sect, only your base and the 7-star mountain base are left. The rest have all been destroyed. Don't worry, I'll send you to hell now." Qin Feng flew in the air for a long time. The Ghostface Force King and Count didn't know what Qin Feng was flying for. Was he showing off that he could fly? At this moment, the two of them looked around and were instantly dumbstruck. The base's buildings had collapsed, and the hundreds of Verdant sect disciples had been blown to ashes. The Ghostface Force King's expression became serious, and a trace of fear arose in his heart. Qin Feng was famous in the Verdant sect. He was a wanted person personally ordered by the evil lord to be arrested. It was said that Qin Feng's cultivation method was even more evil than the Verdant sect's, and his methods were even more vicious and cruel. The Ghostface Force King thought that Qin Feng was dead, but at this moment he was hovering in the air with his sword like a god. Nonsense. Every base of the Great Verdant sect is protected by the Great Evil Formation. No matter how strong you are, you won't be able to unleash your full potential under the suppression of the Great Evil Formation. I think you must have been hunted down by the Evil Lord in Huaxia, so you fled to the United States because you couldn't stay there any longer. The ghost-faced Power King seemed to have understood, and a strange laugh came out of its mouth. The sound did not sound like it came from a human. It sounded like 2 pieces of iron rubbing against each other at high speed. Dracula and the other vampires got goosebumps just from hearing it. Rumble. Halfway through his laughter, a loud noise suddenly came from behind him, and the smile on his face froze. Looking at the Evil Formation's formation eye being destroyed, the Ghost-Face Force King felt like he had seen a ghost. Are you talking about this formation? I'm sorry, but I've already broken it for you. Qin Feng sneered. The Ghost-Face Force King could not come back to his senses for a long time. The Great Evil Formation was really destroyed by Qin Feng, and the evil chi in the air above the base was quickly dissipating. The Ghost-Face Force King also felt his strength rapidly retreating. Originally, he could erupt with the strength of True Chi Stage 4 in the formation, but now he was only left with the strength of True Chi Stage 3. Very well, Qin Feng. If you really want to have a life and death struggle with the verdant sect, then this prince will come and destroy you. The Ghost-Face Force King was furious. He didn't dare to waste any more time. If he didn't kill Qin Feng now, he wouldn't be able to kill Qin Feng when his strength dropped. Rumble. A loud noise came from the void. It was the sound of the Ghost-Face Force King's fist breaking through the airflow. The air in front of Qin Feng suddenly exploded into a vacuum state, and the fist wind came at a rapid speed, as if it contained the power to topple mountains and overturn seas. Brother Qin Feng, be careful. Count, who had personally experienced the power of the Ghost-Face Force King, screamed in fear. Qin Feng, on the other hand, stood in the air on his flying sword and didn't move an inch. After upgrading the People Book to the 9th level, even he didn't know how powerful he was now. However, Qin Feng could feel that the power of the Ghost Mask King's punch was really weak. Rumble. Qin Feng punched out with both fists and the weather changed. Among the dark clouds, the sound of thunder came from all directions, as if there was a divine dragon roaring in the clouds. After his strength soared, the power of Qin Feng's special Thunder Tiger fists increased, and a hurricane suddenly formed in front of Qin Feng. The hurricane flew forward, and the Ghost-Face Force King's fist wind was instantly swallowed by the Thunder Tiger fists. Bang, bang, bang. The hurricane had already surrounded the Ghost-Face Force King. The Ghost-Face Force King didn't even have the strength to resist. His body was hit by the hurricane, and in a short while, he exploded into pieces. The hurricane swept past, and everything in its path was in a mess. Count and the 15 Blood Tribe elites were dumbfounded. All of them were highly skilled experts, but after witnessing Qin Feng's strength, they immediately felt as weak as a baby. Rumble. Rumble. Qin Feng stood on his flying sword and hovered in the air, shooting the heavenly eagle bow in his hand. The dark night sky was illuminated by dozens of purple heavenly eagles swooping down. The heavenly eagles roared as they landed on the ground like bombs. The entire Verdant Gate base in Galliford was blown up beyond recognition, as if a war had just broken out. Brother Count, the Verdant Gate base here has been destroyed. Thank you for leading the Blood Clan members to help us. If you need my help in the future, just let me know. After destroying the Verdant Gate base in Galliford, Qin Feng leaped and landed beside Count. The Blood Clan members gathered around him. None of them dared to look at Qin Feng's eyes. When did Huaxia have such a powerful king? He alone was comparable to a fully armed elite special force in the United States. What helped? In the end, you single-handedly destroyed the base. I really can't keep up with your pace. How did you improve so fast? Count hadn't completely recovered from the shock of Qin Feng's strength. Not long ago, Qin Feng came to the United States to participate in the Cannes Film Festival. At that time, Count had fought with Qin Feng. How did Qin Feng's strength double in such a short time? Qin Feng didn't want to explain about the Hedonist sovereign system, so he just smiled and said nothing. Count continued, "This is Major General Qin Feng of the United States General Military Region. Why don't you greet him?" The 15 Blood Clan elites were startled. They stared at Qin Feng with their eyes wide open. Qin Feng was only in his early 20s. He was the youngest among them, but he was so powerful that he was a Major General of the United States General Military Region? Wasn't this guy from China? How did he become a Major General of the United States General Military Region? Count smiled and explained, "The William family's supernatural base incident was a mission that Bro Qin Feng and I completed together. After that mission, Bro Qin Feng was promoted to the rank of Major General of the U.S. Army's headquarters." Count looked at the crowd in astonishment. The crowd exclaimed again. The William family's special ability base incident was a major mission that caused a sensation in the United States General Military Region. Even General Bai Yangda was arrested. After the mission was completed, the news spread for quite a while in the United States General Military Region. General Qin Feng. After confirming Qin Feng's identity, the 15 Blood Clan elites became solemn. They stood ramrod straight and saluted Qin Feng. Then he looked at Dracula and said, "Brother Dracula, the Verdant sect's main base in China's 7-star mountain has not been eradicated yet. That place is the most important battle, so I don't want to stay here any longer. I need to go back now. With Qin Feng's brutal killing, the verdant sect's encirclement and annihilation operation had reversed. Of the 36 verdant sect bases in China, 35 had been eradicated. Qin Feng had killed 4 of the verdant sect's 5 kings. Now, only the Ghost Face Evil Dominator and the Ghost Face Demon King were left. Count was oblivious to Qin Feng's silver glow. He said to Qin Feng, "All right, brother Qin Feng. I'll send a helicopter to send you back to China. You can contact the Chinese Dragon Sect and ask the Chinese government to let us use the helicopter." Count was about to make the call when the Blood Clan members behind him screamed. "Prince Count, General Qin Feng is missing." "Fuck. He's really missing? Brother Qin Feng, where are you? Do you still want the helicopter?" Qin Feng could not use the helicopter, so he used the space-time door and returned to the verdant sect's main base in China's 7-star mountain. Half an hour ago, Qin Feng had been fighting a bloody battle here. Now that he had returned, the battle in the base seemed to be coming to an end. The Serenity's disciple was severely injured. Hua Xianyu's white clothes were stained with blood, Qiao Shishir had fainted, and Yen Wushuang's black leather clothes and pants were torn with dozens of cuts. Her clothes were stained with blood. The injuries of these women were considered light. The ones who suffered the most serious injuries were the Divine Dragon, the Golden Fur Lion King, and the White Fur Demonic Ape. The White Fur Demonic Ape was lying in a huge pit. Its white fur had turned blood red. It looked like a red-furred demonic ape. Its eyelids were drooping, and it looked like it was on its last breath. The mystical dragon was also on his last legs. He was the undefeatable pinnacle of the Huaxia secular world. Ever since Qin Feng got to know the mystical dragon, he was always dressed in white, looking suave and elegant. At this moment, his hair was disheveled. If one did not look closely, one would not know that he was the mystical dragon. The Golden Fur Lion King was the only one who could still fight. His golden hair was standing on end, and his blind eyes were bloodshot. The dragon-slaying saber in his hand had lost its golden luster, but he was still fighting with all his might. Blood flowed like a river on the ground. The verdant sect's disciples were all over the ground. The demonic face king was also badly injured, and his whole body was covered with black blood. Only the demonic face lord stood on top of a building. He looked like a shadow in the dark night. No one had seen his real face since he appeared, and no one knew whether the shadow was real or not. What's that? Qin Feng's body was covered in silver light as he descended from the sky. Everyone looked up to the sky. The Golden Fur Lion King was overjoyed. He knew his master had returned. The demonic face king looked ferocious. He and the demonic face lord had received the news that the rest of the verdant sect's bases had been destroyed, and a silver light had appeared in the sky above each base. Chapter 1154. When the silver light fell, it was as if a holy light had illuminated the entire 7-star mountain base. The evil aura in the sky dissipated quickly, and the evil land seemed to have been cleansed by holiness. Divine Dragon and the women's tired faces were filled with surprise. When Qin Feng disappeared, the dazzling silver light appeared in the sky. Now that the silver light appeared again, everyone guessed that Qin Feng had returned. "Wu Shuang, are you okay?" The silver light landed among the women. Qin Feng hugged Yen Wushuang, who was covered in wounds, in his arms. His eyes were burning with anger. Yen Wushuang had managed to hold on until now with her willpower. She was already exhausted, and her hands, which were holding the flying dagger and the whip, were trembling. The moment she saw Qin Feng, her body went limp, and she fainted in Qin Feng's arms. "Qin Feng, you're finally back." Hua Xianyu rushed over with the women of the Serenity. Seeing Qin Feng back, everyone felt as if they had seen hope. Qin Feng put Yen Wushuang and Qiao Shishir against the wall. He stuffed a few pills into their mouths and gently straightened their messy hair. Then he stood up. Golden Fur Lion King and Divine Dragon retreated. Both of them stood on the ground, panting heavily. Their physical strength had reached its limit. "Qin Feng, you scared us to death. Why did you suddenly disappear? We thought you were dead." Divine Dragon looked at Qin Feng with surprise and joy. Qin Feng suddenly turned into a silver light and disappeared. Everyone thought he had been killed by ghastly face evil dominator and nothing was left of him. Qin Fen looked at his friends and women who had fought to the death and were covered in wounds. The fire in his heart was about to burn him up. Rumble! A loud sound spread out. True Qi surged out of Qin Fen's body. His whole body was set on fire. Under the destructive fire, he looked like a man on fire. Qin Fen, are you okay? Hua Xianyu was frightened by the scene. She thought Qin Fen was sick. Divine Dragon also looked at Qin Fen nervously. Golden Fur Lion King knew his master very well. He knew it was the myriad beast true fire in his master's body that was activated. Don't worry, everyone. All you need to do is stay here and recuperate. The remaining 35 bases of Verdant Gate have been destroyed, and this main base is about to be destroyed as well. After tonight, Verdant Gate will be erased from China. China's Verdant sect was so powerful that even the Dragon sect and the outer martial world didn't dare to say that they could eradicate this heretical sect. At this moment, Qin Feng's body was glowing with golden light. His voice was so powerful that it sounded like rolling thunder. No one doubted his words. At this moment, he was like the ruler of the world. The mystical dragon and Golden Fur Lion King could feel the change in Qin Fen's power. He had only been gone for half an hour, and his power had increased by several times. This huge change shocked the two of them. Even they could not see Qin Fen's current realm. Qin Feng? You're still alive? How dare you come back? The ghost-faced demon king on the roof finally came to its senses. It widened its sinister eyes and looked at Qin Feng, who was standing upright on the ground, in disbelief. On top of another building a few meters away, the ghost-face evil elder stood with his hands behind his back like a shadow. However, the ghost-face evil elder did not react, as if he did not see Qin Feng. Of course I'm still alive. I will definitely come back. Otherwise, who will come and destroy you evil beasts? Qin Feng looked at the ghost-faced demon king in midair. His eyes were burning with anger. The ghost-faced demon king was shocked. He could feel Qin Feng's sudden increase in power from tens of meters away. Do you think you can destroy this base with just you? I'll destroy you first. The ghost-faced demon king suddenly disappeared and turned into a black shadow. Suddenly, a black wind blew in midair and quickly condensed into a hurricane, attacking Qin Feng and the others. Divine Dragon and Golden Fur Lion King's expressions immediately turned solemn. Both of them were already exhausted. Before the gale arrived, everyone could already sense the violent evil aura. Divine Dragon and Golden Fur Lion King had the will, but they lacked the strength. They were already unable to withstand Ghost-Faced Demon King's powerful strike. Swoosh! The sound of wind breaking could be heard, but Qin Feng had already disappeared. Suddenly, a pink light appeared in the black wind. The light was weak and flickering, as if it would be extinguished by the wind at any time. The sound of an explosion had already spread out in the black wind. The pink light shot out, and Qin Feng appeared in the black mist with flames burning all over his body. He held a pink sword in his hand and waved it at lightning speed. Bang 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 bang. The loud sounds came one after another. The mystical dragon and the others finally saw the source of the explosion. It was the sound coming from the body of the ghost-faced demon king. Under the soul-severing sword, the ghost-faced demon king's body seemed to be restrained. His eyes were filled with fear as he watched Qin Feng slash him into pieces with the sword. Everyone was dumbfounded. The mystical dragon and Golden Fur Lion King were shocked. The ghost-faced demon king was comparable to a true Qi level 4 expert in the evil formation, but he was so weak in Qin Feng's hands. Hua Xianyu and the disciples of Serenity had their mouths wide open. At this moment, Qin Feng was incomparably handsome in everyone's heart. The Verdant sect's evil cultivators were scared out of their wits. Their king was easily killed by Qin Feng. Qin Feng was like a divine soldier descending from the heavens, unstoppable. The evil lord who was standing in the darkness on the roof quietly watched this scene. He wanted to save the ghost-faced demon king, but he realized that Qin Feng was too fast. He didn't have the time to do anything. Rumble. Rumble. Loud noises came one after another. Ghost-faced demon king's body exploded in the air like a brilliant firework. Congratulations host Qin Feng for completing the first side mission of Destroy the Verdant Sect. Personally kill the Verdant Sect's 5 kings. The system rewards host Qin Feng 1,000,000 hedonist points and 1 ghost head talisman for each of the 5 kings. As soon as the ghost face demon king was killed, the system beep sounded in Qin Feng's mind. At this moment, the Verdant Sect's 5 kings were all killed, and only the ghost face evil lord was left. Ayaya, Qin Feng. Today either you die or I die. Before the explosion subsided, the ghost face evil lord's angry scream came from the sky. Seeing his favorite subordinate killed by Qin Feng, the ghost face evil lord was completely enraged. Rumble! A black shadow flickered, and before the mystical dragon and the others could see clearly, it had already arrived behind Qin Feng. A black mist palm condensed in the void and instantly enveloped the sky where Qin Feng was. Everyone was worried for Qin Feng. Hua Xianyu was still shouting Qin Feng's name, but there was a pink light flickering in the sky above the base, like a falling meteor shooting towards the ground. Ghost face evil lord, you are just as. Rumble! Qin Feng's punch landed, and the weather changed drastically. Thunder rumbled, a giant dragon roared, and a hurricane landed on the ground. There was a black shadow that was hit, and it was the ghost face evil lord who was hiding. Qin Feng's punch landed, and the ghost face evil lord was already smashed into the deep pit. The pink light flickered, and in the next moment, 2 figures appeared in the sky. Qin Feng grabbed the ghost face evil lord with one hand and threw him out like a chick. Bang! The special thunder tiger fist struck towards the sky, and the ghost face evil lord was sent flying even higher into the sky. The mystical dragon and the others were already dumbfounded. Qin Feng's violent strength shocked everyone. He was actually beating up the ghost face evil lord? Qin Feng finally saw the appearance of the ghost face evil lord clearly. It was a terrifying face without facial features, and its skin was dark and wrinkled. When Qin Feng's fist hit the ghost face evil lord, it felt unreal. The ghost face evil lord was like an illusion. Qin Feng's fist could penetrate through the ghost face evil lord's body, but he couldn't see the blood, flesh, and evil qi. Rumble! Qin Feng couldn't care less. He was enraged when he saw Qiao Shishir and Yen Wushuang. Now, he vented all his anger on ghastly face evil reverend, beating him up until he almost flew into the sky. Swoosh! The pink light flashed again, and Qin Feng leaped to the top of the ghost face evil lord's head. The bottom of his feet instantly condensed a strong flame, and he descended quickly and fiercely stomped on the ghost face evil lord's chest. Rumble! In the next second, a huge pit appeared on the ground, as if a meteorite had fallen from the sky. The whole Verdant Sect's base shook, and almost all the houses and buildings were in ruins. The surroundings gradually fell into a dead silence, and only the sound of the explosions in the wind could be heard from time to time. The mystical dragon and the others still hadn't recovered from the shock. Qin Feng's sudden increase in strength was beyond their imagination, and the Verdant Sect's heretical cultivators were so scared that their legs were trembling. In just 10 minutes, Qin Feng had killed the Demon King and the Evil Lord, 2 high-ranking members of the Verdant Sect. Was the Verdant Sect going to be annihilated this time? Everyone, don't go there first. Let me see if this monster is dead or not. Qin Feng's voice resounded throughout the valley. The mystical dragon and golden fur lion king, who were about to rush to the edge of the pit to check the situation, stopped abruptly. A pink light flashed, and Qin Feng landed beside the pit. Qin Feng's stomp contained all the true qi in his body, and the pit he created was so deep that the bottom couldn't be seen, as if it was going to reach the center of the earth. The pit was pitch black, and nothing could be seen clearly. Not to mention, the ghost face evil lord was like a black shadow, and no one could tell whether he was dead or alive. Don't worry about the evil lord first. You guys help me break the base's evil array. Qin Feng didn't jump into the pit to check. He leaped up and quickly found the evil array eye of the 7-star mountain's main base. As long as the evil array was broken, even if the ghost face evil lord was still alive, he wouldn't have to be afraid of him. Rumble! The night sky was suddenly illuminated by dozens of fireballs. After Qin Feng found the array eye, He shot out dozens of destructive flames without hesitation. The mystical dragon and golden fur lion king recovered some true chi after resting for a while. They quickly launched attacks to help Qin Feng break the array. Not good, they are attacking the evil array. Everyone stop them, stop my ass. Ghost Face Evil Lord and Lord Evil Lord have been killed by Qin Feng. Let's run for our lives or we will die if we stay. Without a leader, the guardians and disciples of Verdant sect suddenly became like headless flies. Some were defending the city, and some were running for their lives. For a moment, it was a mess. Qin Feng didn't care about those evil cultivators who were running for their lives. He concentrated on attacking the array eye of the evil array. Many guardians rushed to the array eye and launched a crazy attack in the sky. Rumble! A loud sound suddenly exploded, as if a crack was going to appear in the sky. Chapter 1155. What is this? Everyone be careful! Divine Dragon jumped from the top of a building to the entrance of the base. He stood in front of Qiao Shishir and Yen Wushuang to protect the two girls. Golden Fur Lion King also stopped attacking and ran towards the Ladies of Serenity. At the eye of the formation, a black shadow floated up slowly. The black mist emitted from the shadow covered the eye of the formation. The sky was covered in darkness, and no one could see what was happening on the ground. Qin Feng stopped attacking the eye of the formation. An extremely dangerous aura was approaching him. The evil chi hidden in the black mist was even stronger than Ghost Face Evil Lords. Who are you? Qin Feng stood on his flying sword in the air and looked at the ground with a serious expression. The black mist lingered, and the black shadow that suddenly appeared could not be seen clearly. His whole body was hidden in the black mist, and no one could tell how many people were hiding in the black mist. You are asking me who I am? I am the real body of Ghost Face Evil Lord. There was a strange laughter coming from the black mist. The voice was very ear-piercing, and it gave everyone goosebumps. Qin Feng and the rest's expression changed. The person in the black mist was the real body of Ghost Face Evil Lord? Then the one they had defeated was just a clone of the Evil Lord? I don't care if you are the real body or a clone. You dare to play tricks in front of me? Qin Feng did not say anything after he regained his composure. He turned into a pink light and flashed away. In the next second, he held the soul-breaking sword in his hand and hid in the middle of the black mist. The face of Ghost Face Evil Lord that was hidden in the black mist became clear. It was the same hideous face without any facial features. It was exactly the same as the Ghost Face Evil Lord that Qin Feng had defeated earlier. He swung the sword. The soul-breaking sword's body rippled with a strange energy wave. The thick black mist and evil chi were quickly dispersed by the soul-breaking sword, and the Ghost Face Evil Lord's shadow disappeared. Rumble! In a blink of an eye, Qin Feng's back was hit by a palm. The violent aura seemed to be able to destroy the heaven and earth. It was more than twice as powerful as the Ghost Face Evil Lord. Before Qin Feng could react, he had already fallen into a deep pit on the ground. It was the pit that the Ghost Face Evil Lord had fallen into. How dare you demons harm Master? Watch my blade. Just as Qin Feng landed, the Golden Fur Lion King raised his blade in anger. The dragon slaughtering saber in his hand flashed with golden light once again, splitting the black fog in the sky. The great blade slashed down, slicing the air in half. The Ghost Face Evil Venerable stood on top of the building, causing the building to tremble. The Ghost Face Evil Venerable disappeared once again, sending the Golden Fur Lion King flying with another palm strike. One by one, the experts fell, and new experts rushed forward. The white shadow of the Divine Dragon flickered in the void, both of its hands struck out continuously, the six-pulse legendary sword pierced through the sky. The sword lights were concentrated like rain, instantly landing on the body of the Ghost Face Evil Lord. This time, the Ghost Face Evil Venerable did not dodge. The sword chi was like nothing. It caused an intense explosion on the Ghost Face Evil Venerable's body, but it did not harm the Evil Venerable's body. Rumble! A cloud of black mist shot out and instantly hit the body of the Divine Dragon. The divine dragon also fell into the huge pit. The verdant sect's base on the seven-star mountain had been reduced to ruins, and the experts of both sides had suffered heavy injuries. Ghost Face Evil Venerable stood alone on the highest roof. His face did not have any facial features, and it was impossible to see his emotions. Rumble! The black mist shot out in all directions, and the verdant sect's heretic cultivator was dumbfounded. He was stunned for a moment, and his body was instantly turned into ashes. The Ghost Face Evil Venerable seemed to have gone mad, and he even started to kill his own subordinates. The verdant sect's heretic cultivators screamed in pain, and it scared the others into running for their lives. You bunch of trash, instead of defending the array core, you want to abandon the city and run away? Do you really think this venerable is dead? This venerable is an immortal existence. The Ghost Face Evil Venerable's angry roar shook the entire valley. He was angered by these cowardly subordinates. He sent out dozens of palm strikes, and dozens of verdant sect's heretic cultivators who were trying to escape died in the hands of the Ghost Face Evil Venerable. The Ghost Face Evil Venerable's anger seemed to have dissipated a little, and he looked at the biggest pit on the ground. Qin Feng, the Divine Dragon, and the Golden Fur Lion King were all in the pit. The Ghost Face Evil Venerable slammed his palm, and the blood-colored white fur devil ape fell into the pit. Qin Feng, Qin Feng, you want to destroy my verdant sect? You are too naive. You dug this pit yourself, and now I will use it to bury you. The Ghost Face Evil Venerable raised his head and laughed strangely. Xiao Shishir and Yen Wushuang were awakened by his laughter. The two girls and the disciples of Serenity quickly flew to the edge of the pit, and they looked at the black shadow in the sky with fear and determination. Master, Golden Fur Lion King is dying. I need to recall it to the system to heal. Little Pig's anxious voice resounded in Qin Feng's mind. Qin Feng's Zhenqi was in a mess after being hit by the Ghost Face Evil Venerable, and he was recovering quickly. Qin Feng moved his mind, and the Golden Fur Lion King suddenly disappeared from the pit. The Divine Dragon and the White Fur Devil Ape were knocked out, and they didn't move at all. This is the real Ghost Face Evil Venerable, right? He is too powerful. Qin Feng was depressed. He thought the war was over, and the verdant sect was about to be annihilated. He didn't expect that the real war had just begun, and this Ghost Face Evil Venerable was too powerful. Master! This is the real Ghost Face Evil Venerable, and the one in front should be his doppelganger. Master, you don't need to be afraid of this evil monster. You can continue to kill the verdant sect's evil cultivators to increase the level of the killer book. Little Pig spoke quickly, giving Qin Feng the best suggestion. Time was running out, so Qin Feng turned into a pink light and disappeared. In the next moment, a faint pink light flickered above the black mist. Qin Feng stepped on the starry sky flying sword, and he carried a cool-looking cannon on his shoulder. He aimed at the base and fired. Rumble! The power of the fire cloud cannon was boundless. It was like a meteorite falling in the dark night. When Qin Feng destroyed the Starlight Gate, he used the fire cloud cannon to blast Ling Chongkong into pieces. The earth-shattering sound woke up the Divine Dragon and the White Fur Devil Ape. The girls were so scared that their faces turned pale, and they felt like the end of the world was coming. Even the Ghost Face Evil Venerable, who had been standing calmly on the building, was shocked. His featureless face became even more ferocious, as if all the wrinkles on his face were twisting together. Rumble! The cannonball landed on the ground, creating a huge pit. The surrounding buildings and evil cultivators were blasted into pieces. It was as horrifying as if several bombs had been dropped on the ground. Why, Qin Feng, how dare you attack the verdant sect with firearms? I'll swallow you alive. The power of the fire cloud cannon was too powerful. The Ghost Face Evil Venerable's angry roar came from the raging flames. Suddenly, a black shadow appeared in the sky, and a deathly aura surrounded Qin Feng. Before the Ghost Face Evil Venerable could approach, another loud explosion sounded. Rumble! The fire cloud cannon fired again. The Ghost Face Evil Venerable, who was approaching Qin Feng, changed his expression drastically. He immediately turned into a black shadow and disappeared. The ground shook violently. The two cannonballs had razed half of the verdant sect's main base to the ground. The fire cloud cannon had a total of 5 cannonballs, and each cannonball was worth 10,000 hedonist points. Qin Feng looked mighty and domineering, but his heart was bleeding. Ghost face evil venerable, aren't you very arrogant? If you have the guts, don't hide. Let's see how you're going to survive. Qin Feng leaped into the sky with the fire cloud cannon on his shoulder, but the ghost face evil venerable had already disappeared. The entire verdant sect's main base was shrouded in black mist, and it was very difficult to find the ghost face evil venerable. Qin Feng pointed the cannon barrel at the ground again. This time, it was aimed at the core of the evil formation. Rumble! Rumble! 2 cannonballs fell in a row, and the evil array and the surrounding buildings were instantly destroyed. A large number of evil cultivators had gathered around the evil array, and at this moment, all of them were buried in the explosion of the fire cloud cannons. Congratulations to host Qin Feng for killing 2,000 evil cultivators in a row. The People Book has reached level 10, and all of host's abilities have been enhanced by 6 times. The system's notification rang in Qin Feng's mind. The People Book had reached level 10, and it had reached the pinnacle of the People Book. Qin Feng's strength skyrocketed again, and all of his abilities had been enhanced by 6 times. True qi gushed out of his body, and he felt extremely powerful. The evil formation was broken, and the evil aura in the sky above the base was quickly dissipating. The divine dragon and the girls felt as if they had just come out from a brick kiln. The invisible pressure on their bodies suddenly disappeared, and everyone's strength was quickly recovering. Ah! Qin Feng, you will die a horrible death. Qin Feng, I will perish together with you. The ghost face evil venerable's strange cry resounded in the air. His voice was like thunder from all directions, but the ghost face evil venerable was nowhere to be seen. After the evil formation disappeared, the ghost face evil venerable's strength was rapidly declining. After a while, Qin Feng suddenly disappeared from the void. A moment later, he reappeared with the soul-breaking sword in his hand and flew hundreds of meters away from the base. Rumble! The sky over there was suddenly covered with dark clouds, and an unprecedented battle had begun. Pink light and black shadows flickered constantly. Even Shenlong couldn't see where the two of them were. Xiao Shishir and the women were dazzled, and they felt as if 2 shadows were colliding in the air. Swish! 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 The air around Qin Feng fluctuated along with the soul-breaking sword, and a strange energy wave spread out, suppressing the ghost face evil venerable's strength. The ghost face evil venerable quickly discovered the power of the soul-breaking sword. This sword seemed to have an innate suppressive effect on the evil forces. The person who made the soul-breaking sword must have added a formation to it. Ghost face evil venerable was forced to retreat, and he was so angry that he screamed. Seeing that the soul-breaking sword was about to cut him in half, a series of loud noises exploded on the ghost face evil venerable's body. Rumble! Rumble! The loud noises were not made by the soul-breaking sword, but by the ghost face evil venerable's body. After the noises, 6 black shadows suddenly appeared behind the ghost face evil venerable. When Qin Feng saw the 6 black shadows that looked exactly like the ghost face evil venerable, his expression suddenly changed. Were these the ghost face evil venerable's doppelgangers that he had defeated before? Qin Feng, I'll spare your life today. Just you wait, I'll come back for revenge. I'll kill all your women, take away your hero city, and make sure you won't be able to eat or sleep well in the days to come. Chapter 1156. After Ghost Face Evil Venerable spoke, he turned into a black shadow and disappeared. He was planning to escape. Qin Feng quickly gave chase on his flying sword. Before he could even move, the 6 clones of the Ghost Face Evil Lord had already surrounded Qin Feng. The strength of the 6 doppelgangers could not be underestimated. They all had 80% of the power of the Ghost Face Evil Venerable. They were as strong as the doppelganger that Qin Feng had defeated in the beginning. Qin Feng could defeat these doppelgangers, but he needed some time. The Ghost Face Evil Lord had already escaped. If Qin Feng defeated these 6 doppelgangers, Where would he find the ghost face evil lord? Master, you can use the 5 Kings Ghost Head Talisman to stop these clones. Little Pig's voice suddenly sounded. Qin Feng was slightly stunned. The 5 Kings Ghost Head Amulet was the reward for completing the Verdant Gate Destruction Side Mission 1. Qin Feng had killed the 5 Kings of the Verdant Gate by himself and obtained the Ghost Head Amulets from them. Qin Feng hadn't studied this thing yet, so he looked at the system's introduction. It turned out that the Ghost Head Talisman was also a type of talisman. Qin Feng had previously refined Fireball Talismans and Soul Cleansing Talismans, but those talismans were single-use items. The Ghost Head Talisman was a permanent talisman. The 5 Kings Ghost Head Talismans were 5 golden talisman cards, just like 5 gold cards. Once he chanted the spell of the Ghost Head Talisman, he would be able to summon the 5 Kings of the Green Sect to battle. Rumble. Qin Feng's thoughts moved slightly as he chanted the incantation. Suddenly, 5 loud booms resounded in the surroundings. Behind Qin Feng, 5 people appeared out of nowhere. All of them were dressed in black robes with black hats covering their faces. They were the 5 Kings of Verdant Sect who were killed by Qin Feng. The 5 Kings were already dead, and now there were only 5 clones, which were about the same as the 6 clones of the Ghost Face Evil Venerable. At this moment, the scene of 6 evil lords facing off against 5 kings was rather comical. Everyone from the mystical dragon sect could only stare with their mouths agape. 5 kings, listen up. Stop those 6 beasts. As soon as Qin Feng gave the order, the 5 kings moved out and fought with the 6 doppelgangers of the evil lord. The 5 kings had been refined into puppet clones, so they had no thoughts of their own. Right now, they only listened to Qin Feng's orders. Looking at the intense battle in the air, Qin Feng couldn't help but want to laugh. The pink light flashed, and after a while, Qin Feng arrived a kilometer away. The ghost face evil venerable was still running, but when he turned around and saw Qin Feng on his flying sword, he was so scared that he almost fell to the ground. You, how could you escape so quickly? My avatar didn't stop you. Ghastly face evil venerable seemed to be talking to himself. After that, he looked behind him and saw the 5 kings of Green Sect fighting with the 6 clones he had summoned. Ghastly face evil venerable had a bad feeling about this. You actually refined the 5 kings into 5 ghost head talismans? The ghost head talisman was a secret technique of the Verdant Sect's heretical cultivators. It was very complicated to refine, and the success rate was very low. The 5 kings of the Verdant Sect had just died not long ago, and Qin Feng had already refined them into ghost head talismans? When did he refine it? Ghastly face evil venerate couldn't understand Qin Feng. This guy had too many secrets. Ghastly face evil venerate didn't have time to think as he controlled one of his doppelgangers to fly towards Qiao Shi and the other women. Rumble. A loud sound came from the void. Ghastly face evil venerate controlled the doppelganger to strike at the women. Although the doppelganger only maintained the strength of level 8 evil venerate, the power of this palm strike was comparable to level 2 true chi. Who could block it? You evil monster, I will not let you go. Seeing that the black fog was about to envelop the women, Qin Feng gritted his teeth and disappeared in a pink light. In the blink of an eye, Qin Feng's figure appeared under the black fog. He swung the soul-breaking sword in his hand, and the thick black fog and the doppelganger of the evil venerate in the air were instantly destroyed. Bang bang bang. After destroying one doppelganger with one sword, Qin Feng flashed away and swung his sword at the other 5 doppelgangers. Under the soul-breaking sword, these doppelgangers had nowhere to hide. Suddenly, they exploded in the air and turned into a black fog, dissipating. Swoosh! Qin Feng waved his hand, and the 5 kings also disappeared. He looked in the direction where the ghastly face evil venerate escaped, but the evil venerate was nowhere to be seen. Congratulations to host Qin Feng for completing the second side mission, Destroy the Verdant Gate. You have successfully destroyed 36 bases of the Verdant Gate and rescued everyone. The system rewards host Qin Feng 100,000 hedonist points. Congratulations to host Qin Feng for paying off 110,000 hedonist points. The loan is valid for 1 day, and the interest is 100 hedonist points. The host Qin Feng's total hedonist points are 92,000 hedonist points. The system's notification sounded. The side mission of Destroy the Verdant Gate had been completed. The main mission was to kill the ghastly face Evil Venerate, but the Evil Venerate had escaped, so the mission had to be postponed temporarily. The Divine Dragon and the women rushed to Qin Feng's side. Everyone looked at Qin Feng worriedly. Qin Feng, are you hurt? Is the ghastly face Evil Venerate dead? Yan Wushuang was usually cold and arrogant. However, after experiencing a life-and-death battle, she couldn't care less. She threw herself into Qin Feng's arms in front of everyone. Xiao Shishir also felt a lingering fear. She walked up to Qin Feng and held his other arm. She looked at Qin Feng nervously. The female disciples of the Serenity were stunned. Not long ago, Qin Feng broke into the Serenity and acted like a hooligan. He even peeked at the women bathing. Initially, they thought that a frivolous man like him wouldn't be liked by women, but in the end, the two beauties were serving Qin Feng peacefully. Hua Xianyu frowned. She wanted to say something but stopped herself. This Qin Feng had too many women. Would junior sister Wu Exin be at a disadvantage if she were to be with him in the future? Don't worry, everyone. I'm fine. The Evil Venerate has escaped. All 36 bases of the Verdant Gate in China have been destroyed. Even if the ghastly face Evil Venerate is still at large, there's no way he can rebuild the Verdant Gate on his own. Qin Feng's words raised everyone's spirits. However, they couldn't understand how the situation turned around in just half an hour when the heroes of the martial arts world were defeated by the Great Yin Evil Formation. Although everyone was puzzled, they didn't ask any questions. Now that all the bases of the Verdant Gate had been destroyed, the aftermath would be torturous. Senior Divine Dragon, please contact the Chinese government and ask them to quickly dispatch troops to occupy the 36 bases of the Verdant Gate. We need to rebuild these places so that the citizens won't panic. Qin Feng had already given his orders. The war to eradicate the Verdant Gate was a dangerous one. The battles in each base were intense. The 36 bases of the Verdant Gate were like a war. If they weren't dealt with in time, it would definitely cause a riot if ordinary people saw them. Although the Divine Dragon's injuries were severe, he had recovered some of his strength. Walking was not a problem for him. He agreed with Qin Feng's suggestion and went ahead to deal with the matter. Qin Feng, I'll return to the Dragon Sect and report the situation to the 12 Peaks. Yan Wushuang forced herself to leave. Qin Feng hugged Yan Wushuang tightly. He caressed her hair and said, "Sure, come with me to Hero City. I need to treat your injuries. As for the Dragon Sect, I'll send someone to inform them." Qin Feng doted on the two girls. Although they were in pain, their hearts were filled with warmth. Miss Xianyu, the disciples of the Serenity are also heavily injured. Do you want to come with me to Hero City to treat your injuries or return to the Serenity? Qin Feng asked Hua Xianyu. We won't go to Hero City. We need to return to the sect and report to sect leader Jing Exin. Hua Xianyu didn't want to go to Hero City again. She was depressed when she saw Qin Feng's group of women. Alright, take care, Miss Xianyu. I'll go to the Serenity after I'm done with the Verdant Gate's funeral. Qin Feng wanted to kill Su Ruoro right away when he found out that she had regained her memory and was forced to stay in the sect by sect leader Jing Exin. However, he had a lot of things to do. Everyone bade farewell to each other. Qin Feng brought Yan Wushuang and Xiao Shishir back to Hero City. The white-haired demonic ape followed them. Inside Hero City, Lu Jie and the women had been waiting impatiently for a long time. Although they were inside Hero City, their hearts were wandering to the 7-star mountain base and the other 35 Verdant Gate bases that were tens of thousands of miles away. They heard that the heroes of the martial arts world who went to those bases were in danger. Qin Feng and the two girls were stunned as soon as they returned. Thousands of people had gathered outside Hero City. They were the disciples of the outer martial world, the Dragon Sect, and the big families. The Verdant Gate base they attacked had been destroyed a long time ago, but they didn't hear any news about Qin Feng. Therefore, they all came back to Hero City to wait for Qin Feng's return. He's here. Is that Alliance leader Qin? Someone in the crowd shouted excitedly. The entire crowd was stirred up. Soon, everyone recognized Qin Feng. Thousands of people rushed toward Qin Feng. Alliance leader Qin, are you all right? How's the base of the 7-star mountain? If they failed, we'll follow you to flatten that base. Young Master Qin, we've been waiting here for a while. We were worried sick about you. Hero Azure Dragon, the members of the Dragon Sect are at your disposal. Everyone greeted Qin Feng. Some were concerned about Qin Feng's injuries, and some were concerned about the situation of the Verdant Gate's base. Zhao Ling Xian and the other women also ran out of Hero City, and the crowd immediately cleared a path for them. The women surrounded Qin Feng. Even though they saw Qin Feng hugging Yan Wushuang and Xiao Shishir, none of them were angry or jealous. They were happy to see Qin Feng come back alive. Everyone, let me tell you a piece of good news. Qin Feng looked at the crowd and said with a bright smile, with everyone's hard work, all 36 bases of the Verdant Gate in China have been destroyed. From tonight onward, there will be no more Verdant Gate in China. You can all go back with peace of mind. I'll celebrate with everyone in a few days. Chapter 1157. The Verdant Sect, which had existed in China for hundreds of years, was completely annihilated overnight because they provoked Qin Feng. After that, Qin Feng mobilized many forces to search for the whereabouts of the Ghost Face Evil Lord. However, he did not manage to find any news of the Evil Lord. Although Ghastly Face Evil Venerable did not die, no one cared about him anymore. 36 bases of the Verdant Sect had been destroyed, 5 kings had been eliminated, and tens of thousands of disciples had either died or escaped. The era of the Verdant Sect had come to an end. Even if the Evil Lord managed to escape, he could only hide and prolong his existence. The major forces of the outer martial arts world had already returned to their sections. The members of the Dragon Sect and the big and small clans had also returned to recuperate. The Chinese government had dispatched many police forces to deal with the aftermath of the Verdant Gate base. In Qin Feng's villa in Hero City, he was treating Yan Wushuang's injuries. Compared to Yan Wushuang, Xiao Shishir's injuries were much lighter. She did not participate in the battle that day. Instead, she controlled the white-furred demonic ape to fight. With Qin Feng's meticulous treatment, Xiao Shishir had fully recovered yesterday. In the room, Qin Feng and Yan Wushuang were sitting cross-legged. Yan Wushuang's body was in a vacuum because of Qin Feng's true qi. The silver needles trembled slightly under the stimulation of true qi. At the same time, Qin Feng transferred true qi into Yan Wushuang's body to help her recover. One day and one night of treatment had exhausted Qin Feng. The true qi in his body had begun to deplete. However, the effect of the treatment was quick and obvious. Yan Wushuang, whose body was covered with scars and internal injuries, had recovered. Her skin was as fair as snow, and her complexion was rosy and radiant. It was as if nothing had happened. Yan Wushuang, who had been unconscious since last night until this morning, suddenly let out a breath and gradually woke up. As soon as she opened her eyes, she screamed in fright. You beast, stinking hooligan, I'll kick you to death." When Yan Wushuang woke up, she realized that she had been stripped naked. She thought that Qin Feng had taken advantage of her, so she kicked Qin Feng in the chest and pushed him to the bottom of the bed. Qin Feng was completely defenseless. Qin Feng stuck his head out and glared at Yan Wushuang angrily. "Team leader Yan, why did you kick me? I'm treating you. Do you still have a conscience?" Yan Wushuang had been unconscious ever since she returned to Hero City, so she didn't know what had happened. She was so excited that she lost her footing. Now that she had regained her composure, she felt very guilty. However, when Yan Wushuang saw her naked body, she started to get angry again. "Why did you take off my clothes?" Qin Feng curled his lips and complained, "Group leader Yan, your injuries were very serious at the time. Your leather clothes and pants were torn to shreds, and there were wounds all over your body. If I didn't take off my clothes, how could I treat you? Do you want a scar on your body?" What Qin Feng said was the truth. He didn't take off Yan Wushuang's clothes on purpose. He did it to heal the scars on her body. Yen Wushuang looked down subconsciously. She remembered that there were at least dozens of wounds on her body, but the skin on her arms and legs was white and tender, even better than before. I'm not dreaming, right? What about the knife wound on my body? Really? It had only been a day and a night, and Yen Wushuang had completely recovered. Even Yen Wushuang couldn't accept this speed. Qin Feng raised his head proudly and said, I'm the only one who can do such a miraculous technique. If it was someone else, they wouldn't be able to treat you so quickly. Now, do you know that you're wrong? You even kicked me away. You're like a dog that bit Lu Dongbin. Yen Wushuang felt a little guilty. She almost wanted to ask Qin Feng if the kick was painful. However, a cold and introverted woman like Yen Wushuang couldn't bring herself to show her true feelings to him. You just took advantage of me. Why didn't you ask a woman to treat me? Yen Wushuang's voice sounded weak. Apart from me, only Hua Tuo can treat you in Hero City. Could it be that you like Hua Tuo? Group leader Yen likes this kind of woman? Qin Feng joked with Yen Wushuang. Yen Wushuang blushed. She thought for a while and decided that if she had to be seen by Qin Feng or Hua Tuo, she would choose to be seen by Qin Feng without any hesitation. Now that I've treated you, why are you still here? If you dare to look at me again, I'll dig your eyeballs out. After arguing for a long time, Yen Wushuang finally realized an important problem. She had been naked for so long. Yen Wushuang was embarrassed. She pretended to be angry and tried to chase Qin Feng away. Qin Feng had worked so hard to treat Yen Wushuang, but he was treated like this. Yen Wushuang, this is my room. Why should I leave? You can leave if you want. Not only did Qin Feng refuse to leave, but he also sat on the bed. He was less than 10 centimeters away from Yen Wushuang. Yen Wushuang was so scared that she took a few steps back. You big bastard! I don't have any clothes to wear. How am I going to go out? Should I run around naked? Yen Wushuang was so angry that she gnashed her teeth. If she was not naked, she would have fought with Qin Feng. Then I don't care. Why don't you stay here and keep me company tonight? Qin Feng suddenly smirked and stared at Yen Wushuang's snow-white skin. Yen Wushuang was embarrassed and scared, but she pretended to be angry. She stared at Qin Feng and said, In your dreams. I won't give it to you. Qin Feng was unhappy. He said seriously, Wushuang, you'll be mine sooner or later. What's the difference? Although Qin Feng hadn't slept with Yen Wushuang yet, he had already decided that Yen Wushuang would be his woman a long time ago. Although Yen Wushuang had never spoken words of love to Qin Feng or expressed their relationship, she still regarded Qin Feng as the only man in her heart. However, Yen Wushuang was a cold person. She did not know how to flirt or act coquettishly. She had a thought in her heart, but she did not say it out loud. Who said I'll be yours sooner or later? I don't have any special relationship with you. I'm still young, and my body condition is excellent. Maybe I'll be with someone else in the future? Yen Wushuang deliberately angered Qin Feng. She wanted to see Qin Feng angry and jealous because of her. Qin Feng was really angry. He pounced on Yen Wushuang like a wild beast. Woman, you're going against the heavens. It seems like we'll have to cook the rice today. Qin Feng's attack was so sudden that Yen Wushuang was startled. She had imagined that this day would come. She had imagined that she would react in many ways. She would resist, struggle, and even fight with Qin Feng. But when the moment came, when Qin Feng's strong arms hugged Yen Wushuang tightly, Yen Wushuang's voice was soft. She said with a charming expression, Qin Feng, be gentle. Chapter 1158. After the Verdant sect was annihilated, Qin Feng stayed in Hero City for 3 days. Qin Feng had always been a man who treated all women equally. In these 3 days he slept with every woman twice, no more, no less. He was absolutely fair, but he didn't make it public. The Verdant sect's base was more or less settled. The evil forces that had taken root in China were truly uprooted. In these few days, the outer martial world and China's secular world cheered. Without the Verdant sect's base, everyone felt relieved. Seeing that the situation in Hero City had been stabilized, and Yen Wushuang, Xiao Shi, and the others had recovered, Qin Feng bid farewell to the women and left for the outer hidden sects with a sword in his hand. This time, Qin Feng's main purpose in going to the outer martial world was to bring Su Ruoro away. At the same time, he also wanted to visit the other bases of the inner hidden sections. After the secret order was issued, all the outer hidden sects, the Dragon Sect, and many clans of the secular world came out to fight alongside the evil forces. However, most of the inner hidden sects remained indifferent. This made Qin Feng very angry. Silver light burst out from Qin Feng's body. In the blink of an eye, he arrived at Serenity's sacred place from Hero City. The Platinum Alliance was really convenient. They had activated the teleportation function of the time portal. However, Qin Feng didn't tell Zhao Lingxian and the others about this function. He was afraid that they would be frightened by this powerful function. Who dares to trespass into Serenity's sacred place? Leave this place immediately. Silver light flickered in the sky. The dazzling light was so blinding that the Serenity disciples couldn't open their eyes. The women acted as if they were facing a great enemy. They hurriedly formed a sword formation and surrounded Qin Feng. But when they saw Qin Feng's face clearly, they were all shocked. Alliance leader Qin? Why are you here again? Leave now. If sect leader Jing Xen sees you, you'll die for sure. The female disciples guarding Serenity all recognized Qin Feng, and their attitudes towards Qin Feng underwent a drastic change. A few days ago, Qin Feng trespassed into Serenity's sacred place alone. In order to enter the sect, he had to tease these female disciples. Later, he accidentally saw them bathing and was instantly regarded as a pervert by everyone. However, in order to take away junior sister Wuxin from Serenity, Qin Feng didn't hesitate to confront sect leader Jingxin. Later on, he led the martial arts world and China's Dragon Sect to attack the evil cultivator's base. These matters were all spread to everyone's ears, causing these female disciples to look at Qin Feng in a different light. This time, Qin Feng was full of confidence. He looked at the women and said with a smile, "Beauties, I've offended you last time. This time, I'm here to take Ruoro away. I hope you can let me in." The women's expressions were conflicted. They were touched by Qin Feng's persistence, but they didn't dare to go against sect leader Jing Xian's wishes. One by one, they withdrew their flexible swords and stood there stupidly, not knowing what to do. "Qin Feng, why are you here again?" But at this moment, an angry yet pleasant voice sounded out. Hua Xianyu's white robes fluttered as she descended from the sky. "Lady Immortal Moon, how are your injuries? Do you need me to treat you?" Seeing Hua Xianyu, Qin Feng leaped over. His speed was as fast as lightning. Before the women could react, Qin Feng had already run to Hua Xianyu's side and grabbed her arm. You hurry and let go." Hua Xianyu's charming face flushed red. She glared at Qin Feng with embarrassment and anger. Qin Feng had a faint smile on his face, but he didn't let go. He calmly felt Hua Xianyu's pulse. A few days ago, Hua Xianyu led the Serenity disciples to 7-Star Mountain and was injured. Moreover, her injuries were serious. But after these few days of recuperation, Hua Xianyu's injuries were mostly healed. However, the aura within her body was still a bit unstable. Qin Feng waved his hand and a grade 6 golden pill appeared in his hand. Seeing the resplendent golden pill appear, the eyes of the women from Serenity were glued to it. "This is a solid gold pill. After you eat it, you will completely recover in 3 days." To Qin Feng, a grade 6 golden pill was as common as a bubble. Without waiting for Hua Xianyu to say anything, Qin Feng forcefully stuffed the pill into her mouth. His finger inadvertently touched Hua Xianyu's lips. Hua Xianyu instantly felt as if she was electrocuted. She angrily glared at Qin Feng, but she inadvertently revealed a hint of flirtatiousness. "Qin Feng, hurry and leave. I don't want to see you killed by sect leader Jing Xen." Hua Xianyu couldn't pretend to be angry anymore. Her relationship with Qin Feng was complicated. It was a bit ambiguous, but it wasn't at the level of a couple. "Lady Immortal Moon, you're wrong. This time, I'm here to take Ruoro away. If that old hag Jing Xen doesn't understand and insists on stopping me and Ruoro, then I might very well kill her." Qin Feng spoke calmly as if he was talking about something very normal. However, Hua Xianyu and the other female disciples were flabbergasted. Many of them were so shocked that they screamed, "Qin Feng, don't mess around anymore. Hurry and leave." Hua Xianyu's expression turned cold. She was so angry that she wanted to stomp Qin Feng to death. This was the holy land of serenity. Qin Feng dared to call sect leader Jing Xian an old hag in front of everyone. He even said he wanted to kill sect leader Jing Xian. If these words reached the sect leader's ears, how could Qin Feng live? "You want to leave? It's too late." Just as Hua Xianyu's voice fell, an angry roar came from the void. A gray shadow stepped through the air. In the blink of an eye, sect leader Jing Xian landed on the ground and glared at Qin Feng like a tiger watching its prey. Besides sect leader Jing Xian, Su Ruoro also came over. When Qin Feng saw Su Ruoro, his eyes lit up. He instantly turned into a pink light and flew over. "Stinking brat, I gave you a way out. If you don't want to live, then don't blame me for being ruthless today." Qin Feng's speed was so fast that the disciples didn't even notice his movements. However, there was a loud sound in midair. Sect leader Jing Xian's palm came down and blocked Qin Feng to the side. Rumble! There was a loud explosion. Before anyone could prepare, a huge battle had already begun. Hua Xianyu and the other women hurriedly raised their heads and looked towards the sky. A pink light and a reply flickered. They couldn't see the details of the battle at all. "Old woman, Ruoro and I have been together for a long time. Now that Ruoro has recovered her memories, you forcefully blocked us. If it wasn't for the fact that you took Ruoro in and protected her for this year, I would have killed you a long time ago." Qin Feng's angry roar came from the void. It was like rolling thunder that fell and shook the ground of serenity. "Don't you dare cause trouble here. Serenity doesn't have Ruoro. Disciple Wu Xian is a genius disciple of our sect. In the future, she will inherit my mantle and bring glory to serenity. How can she be taken away just because you say so?" The sounds of fighting and roars exploded continuously. True Qi rolled down and a few buildings of serenity collapsed with a loud rumble. The expressions of all the female disciples changed greatly and they all lost their heads out of fear. Hua Xianyu was so anxious that she stomped her feet. She wanted to go up and stop sect leader Jing Xian and Qin Feng's fight, but she couldn't even pinpoint the exact location of the two. On the outskirts of the city, Su Ruoro stood there with an indifferent expression. Her white clothes were messed up by the strong wind and her long hair danced in the wind. Su Ruoro didn't even look up into the sky as if this battle had nothing to do with her. Her expression was as cold as frost, and she was the calmest female disciple. However, her heart was already racing. Su Ruoro didn't think that Qin Feng would come back and she almost couldn't help but jump into Qin Feng's arms. "Bullshit. Ruoro is one of my people, how could she stay in your serenity? What's more, serenity is only SO. I will make Ruoro stand at an even higher peak and look down on your serenity." Qin Feng was infuriated. He didn't care about sect leader Jing Xian's identity and spoke ruthlessly. Sect leader Jing Xian's expression changed greatly. Now, the situation of the inner hidden 5 hegemons had changed greatly. Starlight Sect was destroyed, Celestial Cloud Sect and Ice Lake Mountain's power fell drastically. Her Serenity and Snow Mountain Sect became the true 2 hegemons of the inner hidden 5 hegemons. Serenity was about to step onto the peak of the outer hidden martial world and was at its peak. How could sect leader Jing Xian allow Qin Feng to speak nonsense here? "You stinking brat, I instinctively don't want to kill you, but you're seeking your own death. Watch this." A huge sound suddenly came from the sky as if a hole had been blasted open in the sky. Sect leader Jing Xian's figure landed on top of Serenity's city gate. The horsetail whisk in her hand was quickly raised and the surging aura of stage 4 true Qi soared into the sky as if it wanted to destroy the sky. Rumble! This powerful attack came too quickly. Qin Feng's figure didn't have time to dodge and was directly blasted into a huge pit. The valley outside of Serenity shook violently and the earth-shattering commotions scared the hearts of all the girls. "You dare to cause trouble at Serenity with this little bit of ability? Let me kill you with my own hands. Just as Qin Feng fell, sect leader Jing Exen leaped up again and slapped the horsetail whisk in her hand in midair. Half the sky seemed to be covered by her and a surging and majestic aura shot out. No. Sect leader, please spare Qin Feng's life. A white figure flickered and Su Ruoro, who had been standing to the side as if nothing had happened, jumped into the deep pit in the blink of an eye. Her slender body pressed down on Qin Feng and she hugged him tightly, tears falling like rain. Rumble. A huge sound exploded and seemed to explode in the hearts of all the girls of Hua Xianyu, making them tremble with fear. However, this attack missed and blasted a huge pit in the ground beside them. Sect leader Jing Exen changed the direction of her attack in a split second. She didn't want to kill her proud disciple. A gray figure flickered and instantly landed on the edge of the huge pit. Sect leader Jing Exen was so angry that smoke was coming out of her head when she saw the two people tightly hugging each other in the deep pit. Wu Xian, as a female disciple of serenity, you're actually pleading for a man? And you're hugging a man, where's your sense of propriety? Why aren't you coming back here? Sect leader Jing Exen's roar was like thunder. That kind and amiable female sect leader had already disappeared. Su Ruoro was so scared that her entire body trembled, but she still hugged Qin Feng and refused to let go. She forgot how long it had been since she hugged Qin Feng. It had been almost a year, but it felt like a lifetime. When Su Ruoro hugged Qin Feng again, she didn't want to let go. If she had to stay in serenity forever and be unable to love Qin Feng, then she might as well kill her now. Chapter 1159. Silence reigned outside the city gate. It was so quiet that one could hear a pin drop. Hua Xianyu's eyes were moist. She was struck by Su Ruoro's heartfelt words. The female disciples had different expressions on their faces. They felt that Su Ruoro was cruel. Sect leader Jingxin stood at the edge of the pit. She glared at Su Ruoro angrily. She didn't expect Su Ruoro to change her mind so suddenly. Was she going to break their promise? Wu Xen, you better think it through. If you want to leave, I won't stop you. However, I can't guarantee that Qin Feng is still alive. Sect leader Jingxin had always been a cultivator. She had lived for more than 100 years, but she had never fallen in love. In her eyes, cultivation was the most important thing. Love would only be a stumbling block on the path of cultivation. Only people who didn't want to improve would be obsessed with love. Jing Exen imposed her thoughts on Su Ruoro. In reality, she really valued Su Ruoro. It was because of her love and nurturing of Su Ruoro that Jing Exen would rather be the bad guy temporarily than let Qin Feng take Su Ruoro away. Sect leader Jingxin, why do you have to do this? I'm staying in serenity, but my heart is always on Qin Feng. If I do this, I won't be able to focus on cultivation. I'll only let down sect leaders' expectations. What Su Ruoro said was the truth. Ever since she recovered her memory, she had been thinking about Qin Feng. Su Ruoro had broken through to stage 9 inner chi a few days ago, but her realm remained stagnant. Sect leader Jingxin had tried her best to help Su Ruoro break through to stage 9 inner chi, but it didn't work. This is only temporary. I believe that you'll forget about Qin Feng in a few years. Do you think it's worth it for you to destroy your frigid Yin body and your future? Sect leader Jingxin couldn't understand Su Ruoro's thoughts. Su Ruoro suddenly let go of Qin Feng and stood up. She looked at Jingxin with determination in her eyes and said, Sect leader, as long as I can be with Qin Feng, I'm willing to die, let alone my strength and reputation. Su Ruoro's voice was soft, but it was unquestionable. Her words fell into everyone's ears and silenced them. Sect leader Jingxin's expression changed. She looked at Su Ruoro in disbelief. She couldn't understand why Su Ruoro would give up her life for love. With a flash of pink light, Qin Feng and Su Ruoro suddenly disappeared into the deep pit. In the next second, in midair, Qin Feng stood on his starry sky flying sword and held Su Ruoro tightly in his arms. He looked at Su Ruoro, who was as beautiful as a goddess, with tenderness as water. Ruoro, you finally remember me. Qin Feng's voice was gentle, but it revealed an unconcealable excitement. Su Ruoro's tears fell like rain. She looked up at Qin Feng and choked with sobs. Qin Feng, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. The thing I regret the most in my life is betraying you. I'm willing to use my life to atone for my sins. Please don't blame me, please. Su Ruoro burst into tears. Just like in the Amethyst Dragon Palace. She was now a genius female disciple of the Serenity faction. She was a stage 9 inner chi expert at such a young age. She had the Frost-Een body that only appeared once in 100 years, and she was a famous fairy in the outer world. Su Ruoro had changed greatly. Her identity was reversed, but no matter what she became, no matter how powerful she became, she was still Su Ruoro in Qin Feng's arms. The Su Ruoro who couldn't leave Qin Feng and hoped to be protected and loved by him for the rest of her life. Ruoro, I don't blame you anymore. This time, I came to take you away. I've settled your mother in the Qin Manor in the provincial capital. I'll take you back to see her. Qin Feng and Su Ruoro were tightly attached to each other. With their sincere feelings, nothing could stop them. Qin Feng, go to hell. Sect leader Jingxin's angry roar came from the void. She was so angry that it burned the heavens. She waved the horsetail whisk in her hand, and several white lights flashed. Qin Feng's expression changed greatly. He pushed Su Ruoro away with one palm and quickly punched the void. Thunder and tiger roars sounded in the sky, and the wind from the punches surged forward. Rumble. A loud explosion sounded. Without the increase of the killer book, Qin Feng regained the realm of stage 1 true chi, but he was no match for sect leader Jingxin, who was at stage 4 true chi. His body fell from the sky again and fell into the huge pit. Su Ruoro was scared out of her wits. Her beautiful figure flickered, and in a moment, she landed beside Qin Feng. Sect leader Jingxin followed and raised her horsetail whisk to kill Qin Feng. Sect leader Jingxin, I beg you to spare Qin Feng's life. Su Ruoro knelt beside Qin Feng and firmly blocked him. Sect leader Jingxin's beautiful eyes were spitting fire. She stared at Su Ruoro resentfully and said, Wu Exin, get out of my way. If you dare to block me again, I'll kill you too. Su Ruoro didn't get up. From the moment she decided to stand up and acknowledge Qin Feng, Su Ruoro was determined to live and die with Qin Feng. Sect leader Jingxin, if you don't kill Qin Feng, then kill your unfilial disciple too. Su Ruoro knelt on the ground and didn't get up. Sect leader Jingxin, I beg you to spare junior sister Wu Xian and alliance master Qin. Hua Xian you couldn't stand it anymore and suddenly knelt on the ground. The crowd of Serenity's female disciples were all kind-hearted. They uniformly knelt in a row. Sect leader Jingxin, I beg you to spare junior sister Wu Xian and alliance master Qin. Everyone was moved by the sincere love between Qin Feng and junior sister Wu Xian. The two of them would stick together in life and death. Even though the female disciples of Serenity had never been in love, but as young girls in the prime of their youth, their hearts were extremely thirsty for love. When everyone was pleading for junior martial sister Wuxin, weren't they also fighting for the right to obtain love for themselves? This was because Serenity strictly forbade disciples from falling in love. According to sect leader Jingxin, it was to prevent everyone from indulging in love and slacking off on their cultivation. Seeing all the disciples kneel on the ground and plead for Qin Feng and Wu Xian, sect leader Jingxin was so angry that the veins on her forehead bulged. She felt like she was deserted by everyone. You bunch of bastards, are you trying to rebel? All of you get up. Today Qin Feng must die. If anyone dares to plead for him, don't blame me for killing them. Sect leader Jingxin was forced into a dead end by her own disciple. Her harsh words made the hearts of the girls turn cold. Everyone followed sect leader Jingxin with all their hearts. Who would have thought that sect leader Jingxin would be so stubborn and insist on separating Qin Feng and junior sister Wu Xian? Rumble. Just as sect leader Jing Xian was about to raise the horsetail whisk in her hand, a loud noise came from the void above. A golden-haired, burly man who looked like a savage descended from the sky. On his shoulder was a treasured blade that shone with a golden light. His surging genuine chi made everyone feel fear. Who are you? How dare you barge into Serenity's holy land? Leave quickly. Sect leader Jingxin's expression changed. She could feel that the person who came didn't have good intentions and was a very powerful expert. Golden Fur Lion King didn't seem to hear sect leader Jingxin's voice. After he landed, he ran to stand in front of Qin Feng. A pink light flashed and Qin Feng returned to the ground with Su Ruoro in his arms. Although he was hit twice, Qin Feng still stood perfectly straight. His long hair fluttered in the wind and the purple thunder wild robe on his body flickered with electricity. It was as if nothing had happened. Old woman, since you are so stubborn, then I won't let you go. Do you really think you can look down on the heroes with your strength? I can just pull a lackey and beat you up. Qin Feng originally wanted to take Su Ruoro away peacefully, but he had already released the Golden Fur Lion King. The Golden Fur Lion King was like an immovable mountain, and its entire body emitted a dignified aura. This made sect leader Jingxin feel a bit uncertain. Su Ruoro and the girls finally came back to their senses. The girls looked at Golden Fur Lion King that came out of nowhere and their hearts were in turmoil. Qin Feng, this is your subordinate? Su Ruoro hugged Qin Feng's arm and sized up Golden Fur Lion King strangely. She realized that she couldn't see through Golden Fur Lion King's realm. Ruoro, don't worry, my little brother is very powerful. That old woman is going to beg for mercy in a moment. Qin Feng dotingly hugged Su Ruoro. When Su Ruoro heard Qin Feng call sect leader Jingxin an old woman, she felt a little helpless, but she didn't blame Qin Feng. Compared to sect leader Jingxin, Qin Feng's position in Su Ruoro's heart was irreplaceable. Qin Feng, take Ruoro and leave quickly. We will block here first. Hua Xianyu suddenly jumped and already stood between sect leader Jingxin and Qin Feng. She planned to help Qin Feng and Su Ruoro stall for time. Sect leader Jingxin, this disciple is unfilial and offended you. Big senior sister moved out and the group of female disciples all followed. More than 20 elite disciples lined up in a row and formed a human wall, blocking sect leader Jingxin to one side. Qin Feng and Su Ruoro were moved, but sect leader Jingxin was half dead from anger. Although Golden Fur Lion King suddenly appeared, no one was optimistic about Golden Fur Lion King. After all, sect leader Jingxin was an expert at the 4th stage of True Qi. How capable could Qin Feng's little brother be? How could he beat sect leader Jingxin? You bunch of bastards, get out of my way. Sect leader Jingxin roared angrily and True Qi surged from her body. Hua Xianyu and the other girls were pressured to the point that they could not breathe, but they did not retreat. Roar! You rusty little Taoist, let this old man enlighten you today. Golden Fur Lion King could not stand it anymore. He suddenly roared and rushed towards Jingxin. Thunder rumbled in the sky. The moment the Golden Fur Lion King unleashed his lion's roar, sect leader Jing Xian's expression immediately changed. The powerful aura that filled the sky made it hard for her to breathe. This golden-haired old man was obviously not simple. With just you? Dream on. Although she was a little afraid, sect leader Jingxin did not retreat. Her voice was still echoing on the ground, but her figure had already appeared several hundred meters away in the sky. Rumble! A loud sound came from high up in the sky. Golden Fur Lion King and sect leader Jingxin were engaged in an intense battle. The two of them turned into golden light and gray shadows as they flew. Their speed was so fast that it made everyone's eyes blur. You little Taoist, you're merely at the 4th stage of True Qi and you dare to be so impudent. Watch my blade. The disciples of Serenity could not see the process of the battle clearly, but they suddenly heard a thunderous roar coming from the sky. Hearing Golden Fur Lion King's fierce words, all the girls were stunned. Chapter 1160. The girls did not recognize the Golden Fur Lion King, nor did they know how powerful the Golden Fur Lion King was. In the distance, sect leader Jingxin and Golden Fur Lion King fought fiercely. Hua Xianyu and a group of female disciples surrounded Su Ruoro and Qin Feng. Alliance Master Qin, hurry up and take Ruoro away. Hua Xianyu looked at Qin Feng anxiously. Miss Xianyu, of course I'm going to take Ruoro away with me. But there's no need to rush. Let's wait for my subordinate to torture your sect leader first, Qin Feng said calmly. The Golden Fur Lion King was also a strong martial artist at the 4th level of True Qi, but with his strength, it was enough to stand at the peak of the 4th level of True Qi. That sect leader Jing Exen was definitely not a match for the Golden Fur Lion King. Aya, why aren't you enlightened? Your subordinate is no match for sect leader Jing Exen. Don't worry. After you leave with Ruoro, I'll bring my sisters to protect your subordinate's life. Hua Xianyu glared at Qin Feng. Even Su Ruoro was nervous. She held Qin Feng's arm tightly and said, Qin Feng, why don't we leave first? After we leave, your friend will definitely escape by himself. The girls were not optimistic about the Golden Fur Lion King, because ever since they followed sect leader Jing Exen, they had never seen their sect leader lose to anyone in a fight. Qin Feng had a helpless expression on his face. He could only smile faintly and say, I appreciate everyone's good intentions, but I still believe in my subordinate. Just wait and see, your sect leader is going to be beaten up. Hua Xianyu and the other girls were so anxious that they stomped their feet when they saw Qin Feng's stubbornness. Su Ruoro, on the other hand, suddenly calmed down. She was extremely satisfied that she could reunite with Qin Feng and receive his forgiveness. Since Qin Feng refused to leave, Su Ruoro would stay with him, regardless of life and death. The two of them would never leave each other. Rumble. The loud noises from afar were getting louder and louder. Hua Xianyu and the other ladies were jumping around anxiously, but Qin Feng acted as if nothing had happened. He hugged Su Ruoro and whispered to her as if nothing had happened. Little Taoist, is this all you've got? If you don't use your full strength, you won't have another chance. The furious roar of the Golden Fur Lion King came from high up in the sky, as if it was an awakened lion. At this moment, sect leader Jingxin's gray robe was in tatters. Her hair that was tied up in a bun on top of her head was scattered. She looked very disheveled. After this short exchange, sect leader Jingxin was shocked. She could be considered to have experienced Golden Fur Lion King's strength. You savage, don't you dare behave atrociously in my Serenity sect's sacred land. The sound of wind blew everywhere. Sect leader Jing Exen was completely enraged. True Qi surged from her body and she waved her jade-like hands in the air. Afterimages appeared on the horsetail whisk in her hand. In an instant, sword Qi that blotted out the sky and earth surged forth, forming a sword curtain that charged towards the Golden Fur Lion King, Walla. The girls on the ground finally saw the sect leader's attack. When the sword screen that covered the sky appeared, cries of surprise came from the ground. This is bad. Sect leader Jingxin has flipped out. Qin Feng, hurry up and take Ruoro away. Your friend can't hold on any longer. Sisters, go assist that blonde old man and help junior sister Wuxin stall for time. Hua Xianyu's expression turned cold. She suddenly pulled out the soft sword from her waist and led the female disciples to prepare to fly over. When Su Ruoro saw this scene, her face was filled with worry. Inner Qi had already burst out from her body as if she wanted to rush over to help. Only Qin Feng's expression was indifferent. He couldn't even be bothered to look at the sky. At this moment, a loud explosion sounded, causing the ground to shake violently. Hua Xianyu and the other female disciples were so frightened that they stopped in their tracks. Rumble! Everyone looked up. The sky that was covered by the sword curtain suddenly flashed with a golden light. The Golden Fur Lion King was brandishing his saber in all directions at lightning speed. Every time his saber fell, he would let out a lion-like roar. The golden saber curtain surged forward and instantly cut open the sword curtain in all directions. The golden light disappeared in a flash. When it appeared again, Golden Fur Lion King was already standing on top of sect leader Jing Exen's head with his blade. When the blade fell, it was as if he had the power of thousands of troops and horses. Rumble! The sound of the explosion spread around sect leader Jing Exen. Before the girls could see clearly, the ground in the distance shook and a huge crater appeared. Sect leader Jing Exen seemed to have been defeated. The atmosphere immediately fell silent. All the girls had an incredulous look on their faces. The sect leader was actually defeated? This felt like a dream. Hua Xianyu and Su Ruoro were still in a daze. The two girls were the clearest about sect leader Jing Exen's strength. In the entire martial arts world, there were only a handful of opponents. However, Qin Feng had casually called over a lackey to defeat the sect leader. "Senior, please show mercy." "Sect leader Jing Xian, are you all right?" Golden Fur Lion King had already landed on the ground. He raised his dragon blade and prepared to kill Jing Xian. However, Hua Xianyu and the female disciples had already rushed over. They all stood in front of Golden Fur Lion King and begged for mercy. "Golden Fur Lion King, come back." When the girls were begging for mercy, Golden Fur Lion King ignored them. Seeing that the blade was about to slash down, Qin Feng's words made him quickly stop. With a flash of golden light, Golden Fur Lion King had already disappeared into thin air, as if he had never appeared. All the girls were dumbfounded. They looked left and right for a long time, but they really couldn't find that powerful golden-haired old man. "Qin Feng, where's your friend?" Su Ruoro was full of doubts and couldn't help but ask. Qin Feng hugged Su Ruoro's small waist tightly, kissed her forehead and said, "I left first after beating him up." Su Ruoro had forgotten how long it had been since Qin Feng kissed her. Suddenly being kissed, Su Ruoro was so scared that her heart was in a mess. She was like a lost elk in the jungle. With a flash of pink light, Qin Feng had already carried Su Ruoro to the edge of the deep pit. Hua Xianyu hurriedly stepped forward to stop Qin Feng. "Alliance leader Qin, sect leader Jing Xian is heavily injured. I hope Alliance leader Qin will show mercy. You should take junior sister Wu Xen and leave now." Hua Xianyu's eyes still had traces of shock. The other female disciples were also shocked. Before, everyone didn't think Golden Fur Lion King would win. They even urged Qin Feng to quickly take junior sister Wu Xen and escape. In the end, after less than 10 minutes of fighting, sect leader Jing Xian was heavily injured and didn't even have the strength to continue fighting. Swoosh! With a flash of pink light, Qin Feng suddenly disappeared. All the Serenity disciples cried out in shock. Even Su Ruoro didn't know where Qin Feng went. "Oh no, sect leader Jing Xian disappeared," someone in the crowd screamed. All the girls hurriedly looked at the huge pit behind them. The sect leader who was lying down just a moment ago had already disappeared without a trace. "Qin Feng, don't kill sect leader Jing Xian." Hua Xianyu suddenly woke up. She also didn't know where Qin Feng went, so she could only shout towards the sky. Su Ruoro was also nervous. Although sect leader Jing Xian's action of forcibly separating her and Qin Feng was a bit extreme, Su Ruoro still respected sect leader Jing Xian. Moreover, Jing Xian gave Su Ruoro a second life and even trained her to become a genius female disciple of the early stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi. "Qin Feng, can you let go of sect leader Jing Xian this time?" Hua Xianyu and the other female disciples shouted for a long time, but there was no response. After Su Ruoro shouted, a flash of pink light appeared in the sky. In the next moment, Qin Feng landed on the ground with Jing Xian in his hand. Everyone cried out in shock. At this moment, sect leader Jing Xian was in a sorry state. Her long robe was tattered, her hair was scattered in front of her face, and her true qi was much weaker. Her eyes were half open, and she looked like she was on the verge of death. "Sect leader Jing Xian, are you okay?" Su Ruoro's heart suddenly softened when she saw this scene. She ran up to sect leader Jing Xian and held her in her arms. She looked at Qin Feng with a weak expression and said, "Qin Feng, sect leader Jing Xian has treated me well. Can you not kill her?" Qin Feng's anger was monstrous, but now he gradually calmed down. Although Jing Xian was stubborn, she did save Su Ruoro's life and trained her. If Qin Feng really killed Jing Xian in front of Su Ruoro, it would definitely leave a knot in Su Ruoro's heart. "Qin, what's so great about you? The one who defeated me was that lion head, not you. Since I've fallen into your hands, you can kill me if you want." In any case, Jing Xian was the sect leader of Serenity, one of the 5 hidden hegemons. Even when faced with the danger of death, her cold and arrogant aura didn't fade. "Sect leader Jing Xian, please don't say any more. Serenity can't do without you." Hua Xianyu was extremely anxious. She ran over and started to persuade the sect leader. The other female disciples also gathered around. The best result everyone wanted was for Qin Feng to take junior sister Wuxin away and for sect leader Jing Xian to be safe. Looking at the group of female disciples pleading for mercy, sect leader Jing Xian's face was still cold, but she felt a little warm in her heart. She didn't dote on these disciples for nothing. At first, she thought they would be deserted, but after calming down, sect leader Jing Xian gradually understood everyone's actions. Qin Feng couldn't kill sect leader Jing Xian under the obstruction of the women, and he couldn't do it. He immediately stood up, looked down at sect leader Jing Xian, and said, "Jing Xian, I'll take Ruoro away today. In the future, Ruoro and you will still be master and disciple. I hope you can stop now. If you come and obstruct my relationship with Ruoro in the future, I will kill you." Qin Feng's body surged with true qi. His voice was like thunder, and no one could shake the prestige of the Alliance Master of Wulin. Hua Xianyu and the other female disciples were inexplicably nervous. Even sect leader Jing Xian was a little afraid of Qin Feng at this moment. She realized that she had underestimated Qin Feng's strength. For example, that powerful lion head was Qin Feng's underling. Wuxin is unfilial and abandons serenity to follow a man. In the future, our relationship as master and disciple will be severed. I, Jing Xian, will pretend I never took this disciple, and serenity is not allowed to mention Wuxin's name. Sect leader Jing Xian always had a stubborn temper. Although she was very reluctant, she couldn't put down her face. These words made Hua Xianyu and the other female disciples feel melancholy. Su Ruoro was also full of desolation. However, everyone let out a sigh of relief because Jing Xian's words accepted the fact that Su Ruoro and Qin Feng left. If it's severed, then so be it. In the future, Ruoro will advance by leaps and bounds and stand at the peak of Wulin. At that time, don't beg to reconcile with Ruoro. Qin Feng was extremely angry. He hugged Su Ruoro and glared at Jing Xian. Chapter 1161. Qin Feng and Su Ruoro left Serenity. At this moment, the two of them were standing in front of the base of Hero City. Seeing that the Starlight sect had become Hero City, Su Ruoro was filled with emotion. Serenity and the Starlight sect were considered allies. Qin Feng, this city is yours now, right? Su Ruoro tightly hugged Qin Feng's arm and obediently nestled in his chest. Ever since she left Serenity, Su Ruoro had returned to normal. No matter how strong she was now or how outstanding her looks were, she was still the Su Ruoro from a year ago. She still treated Qin Feng as her everything. Qin Feng looked at the familiar Su Ruoro in his arms and felt as if a lifetime had passed. He hugged her waist tightly and said softly, "That's right. I founded a sect called the Hero Alliance. Now, the Hero Alliance has two bases. The main base is at Acropolis City's mountain resort. Your big sister Ying Bai Qing and big sister Yu Chen are all there. The other base is the base in front of us. This used to be the Starlight Gate, but I took it." Qin Feng and Su Ruoro hadn't seen each other for almost a year, and many things had happened between them. Now, they stood outside the city, hugging each other as if they had endless things to talk about. Su Ruoro suddenly raised her head and looked at Qin Feng with a serious expression. "Qin Feng, I'll stay in Hero City from now on. I'll help you develop." In the past, it was Qin Feng who took care of Su Ruoro. Now that Su Ruoro was powerful, she wanted to do something for Qin Feng. Qin Feng originally wanted Su Ruoro to go to Acropolis City because all the women were there and she wouldn't be lonely. However, seeing Su Ruoro's determined expression, Qin Feng went along with her. "Master, you're back." A cry came from within the city. Suddenly, a scream came from inside the city gate. A white shadow flashed, and Shaoli ran out excitedly. Just as she reached Qin Feng, her smile froze. She looked at Su Ruoro in Qin Feng's arms and didn't know what to say. "Shaoli, how has Hero City been?" A few days ago, when Qin Yi betrayed Acropolis City, Qin Feng hurriedly left Shaoli here to take care of Hero City. Shaoli pouted and said, "Master, don't worry, the base here is very good. By the way, Master, I caught a female traitor. Do you want to interrogate her now?" When Qin Feng heard about the female traitor, He didn't ask Shaoli about that person's identity. It was as if he had already guessed who the traitor was. Su Ruoro had already crawled out of Qin Feng's embrace. She shyly extended her hand to Shaoli and said, "Hello Shaoli, I'm Qin Feng's girlfriend, Su Ruoro." Shaoli suddenly froze. She never thought that Su Ruoro would take the initiative to greet her. In reality, Shaoli had known Su Ruoro for a long time. However, at that time, Su Ruoro was still Wu Exin, the genius female disciple of Serenity. Shaoli also learned about the relationship between Qin Feng and Su Ruoro. He knew that this woman was very favored by Master Qin Feng. Originally, Shaoli felt like he had no status in front of Su Ruoro. He even thought that he would suppress her just like how Dong Feng Qin Shui suppressed him. However, Shaoli quickly realized that he was overthinking. Su Ruoro was really a good girl. "Hello Ruoro. I've heard about you from Master a long time ago. Congratulations on getting back together with Master." Shaoli smiled and held Su Ruoro's hand tightly. Su Ruoro looked at Qin Feng, and her heart was filled with gratitude. Previously, Qin Feng was worried that Su Ruoro would be lonely in this base. But now, he dispelled that thought. This was because Shaoli and Su Ruoro were holding hands and chatting with each other as soon as they met. It was as if they were good sisters who hadn't seen each other for many years. Hero City was in full swing, and it was a scene of blooming flowers blooming. Other than the disciples of the Starlight sect who joined Hero City after they were subdued, many disciples of the outer and inner hidden sects were also in Hero City. Alliance leader Qin, you're back. I heard that you've led the outer martial world and the Dragon sect to annihilate the Verdant sect. You're so awesome. Alliance leader Qin, why didn't you announce the secret order earlier? A few days ago, we were in seclusion in the Immortal Ascension Cave, and we just came out today. When we heard that you attacked the Verdant sect, we regretted it so much that our intestines turned green. Qin Feng was the king of Hero City and the leader of the outer martial world. As soon as he walked into Hero City, people crowded around him and greeted him. Heroes from all over the world were gathered here. Everyone was complaining and regretting that they had missed the great battle to annihilate the Verdant sect's heretic cultivators. After chatting with the crowd for a while, Qin Feng brought Su Ruoro and Shaoli to the Immortal Ascension Cave. According to Shaoli, the captured female traitor was locked up in the storage room of the Immortal Ascension Cave. Master, you're wise. You've already discovered that there's something wrong with this old hag. Just as I expected, she took advantage of Master's absence to poison everyone's food. Fortunately, I've been keeping an eye on her. Otherwise, she would have succeeded. Shaoli was excited as soon as he entered the storage room in the Immortal Ascension Cave. The cave was dozens of square meters in size, and it was filled with all kinds of cultivation resources left behind by the Starlight sect. A woman was tied up in the middle of the hall. She was none other than Elder Qian Huan Tong of Ice Lake Mountain. Yo, my old lover is here. You and I are already intimate. I didn't expect you to find someone to guard against me. You're really something. As soon as Qin Feng entered, Elder Qian Huan Tong threw her head back and laughed loudly. Shaoli and Su Ruoro raised their brows slightly. They didn't understand what this woman was thinking. She was still so arrogant after being caught poisoning people? Qin Feng's expression was indifferent. He wasn't surprised to see Elder Qian Huan Tong at all. When Elder Qian Huan Tong took the initiative to join the Heroes Alliance's base, Qin Feng already knew that this woman didn't come with good intentions. Elder Qian Huan Tong, why do you have to do this? You know my strength and influence very well. Why do you have to go against me? Qin Feng felt helpless towards Elder Qian Huan Tong. Back then, because this woman kidnapped Dongfang Qing Shui in River Central Demon City, Qin Feng raped her in a rage. If Qin Feng killed Elder Qian Huan Tong now, he really couldn't bring himself to do it. Our alliance master Qin is really romantic. He went out for a trip and brought back a little beauty. If I'm not wrong, this is Serenity's genius female disciple, Wu Exin, right? Alliance Master Qin is surrounded by young and beautiful women. Are you tired of me and want to kill me now? After Elder Qian Huan Tong was captured, she didn't look nervous at all. She seemed to have changed into a different person, and her words were filled with jealousy. Su Ruoro and Xiao Li's brows furrowed even tighter. The two women thought that there was something wrong with this old woman's heart. Qin Feng's expression also turned cold. He said, "Elder Qian Huan Tong, I don't want to kill you. I'll let you go today, but you're not allowed to take half a step into Hero City in the future. If you dare to go against me again, I won't forgive you." That. Alliance Master Qin, you really don't recognize me after pulling up your pants. You were very wild when you played with me, but now that you're tired of playing with me, you're kicking me away? If you have the ability, then let me go. I'll kill people from the Heroes Alliance every day from now on. Elder Qian Huan Tong seemed to have changed into a different person. As the great elder of Ice Lake Mountain, she used to be a cold, arrogant, and noble existence. But now, she was like a crazy woman. Su Ruoro and Xiao Li suddenly looked at Qin Feng. Xiao Li saw Qin Feng rape Elder Qian Huan Tong in Devil City with her own eyes. When she recalled the wild scene at that time, her charming face blushed. However, Su Ruoro didn't know about this. Her big eyes were filled with astonishment. She didn't think that Qin Feng would play with Elder Qian Huan Tong. Although this woman's appearance and skin looked like an 18-year-old girl, she was said to be in her 60s or 70s. Qin Feng was really fierce. You damned Taoist nun, don't talk nonsense. Otherwise, I won't be polite. Qin Feng's face instantly turned red. He had just reconciled with Su Ruoro, and he was afraid that Elder Qian Huan Tong would scare her away. Seeing Qin Feng's nervous expression, Elder Qian Huan Tong laughed even more crazily. "Ha! I'm talking nonsense? Do you want me to tell you all the details so that Alliance Master Qin can remember? That night at the restaurant in Chuan Central Devil City, you pounced on me and stripped me like a wild beast." Qin Feng felt that Elder Qian Huan Tong had really gone crazy. Without waiting for her to finish, Qin Feng immediately pulled Su Ruoro and Xiao Li away. With a flash of pink light, he brought the two women to the entrance of the Celestial Ascension Cave in the blink of an eye. "Ruoro, Xiao Li, go take a stroll elsewhere. I'll interrogate that old Taoist nun alone." Qin Feng pretended to be calm as he looked at the two women. Xiao Li held back her laughter, and her charming face turned red. Su Ruoro was also amused. She didn't care that Qin Feng had a relationship with another woman. When she first met Qin Feng, he was already this dissolute. "Master, then you go. I'll take Ruoro for a stroll." Xiao Li held back her laughter and helped her master solve the problem. Su Ruoro's beautiful eyes twinkled with a smile. She said, "Then hurry up. Don't be crazy for too long. I'll miss you." Su Ruoro threw a meaningful sentence and left with Xiao Li in her arms. Qin Feng was dazed for a while at the cave entrance. This Ruoro has also learned bad things. When Qin Feng returned to the cave, Elder Qian Huan Tong had reverted to her original ice-cold demeanor. She confused Qin Feng. "Old woman, why did you poison me? There's no deep hatred between us, right?" Qin Feng glared at Qian Huan Tong and questioned her. Elder Qian Huan Tong's hands and legs were tied behind her. She raised her head and glared at Qin Feng coldly. "No deep hatred? Qin Feng, you forcefully took my chastity. My hatred is greater than killing me." Elder Qian Huan Tong purposely exposed Qin Feng's scandal in front of Su Ruoro and Xiao Li. Now that Qin Feng was alone, she naturally didn't need to put on an act in front of Qin Feng. Speaking of this, Qin Feng's face turned red. However, he pretended to be calm and said, "There's a reason why you did that. First, you kidnapped Dongfang Qing Shui. Second, you wanted to kill me. Fortunately, I'm powerful enough to turn defeat into victory. Then, that's your punishment for wanting to kill me. If someone else dared to do that, I would have killed them long ago. You should rejoice." Qin Feng's words were so shameless that even he felt a bit embarrassed. You're tuning in to the Dreamy Chapters YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.